Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Sakshi Kulkarni. I'm the director for SME Chamber of India. On behalf of SME Chamber of India, Maharashtra Industry Development Association, and Manufacturers and Exporter Association of India, I would like to welcome all of you for today's event, Nashik Industry Summit. And today's event will be there will be a lot of speakers, and they are going to share the knowledge to you. So please be there, and if you have any questions or anything, please do not hesitate to ask them. And I request everyone, please keep your phone on silent, so should not be any disturbance to the speaker. And if you have any urgent call, then please go out and please take it. This is a humble request from us. SME Chamber of India is working for last 33 years, under the dynamic presidentship of Mr. Chandrakant Salunke, and we are a pan-India based organization supporting small and medium companies for joint venture technology transfers, contract manufacturing, banking and all. So I request everyone, because last year on 21st of November, we have organized the similar event on SME Manufacturers and Exporters Summit with support of Symbiosis Management Institute, and we have received very good response at that time also. And now on the regular basis, we are planning to organize such kind of activity in Nashik. I request everyone, those who are not members, to become a member of SME Chamber of India and promote your businesses. So this is the platform where you can connect with pan-India level members, and you can enjoy your promotion activity and connecting with all of them. Today's event is supported by AU Bank, also TCS, Vasan Ford, and Nashik Engineering Cluster, and also the Umbad Industries and Manufacturer Association. Please give them a round of applause for their support. And now I'm not taking your much time. I would like to invite Mr. Mahesh Salunke, who is a director, SME Chamber of India and Manufacturer Exporters and Association, for his introductory address.
Good afternoon, everybody. गुड आफ्टरनून. कुछ तो आवाज आनी चाहिए ऐसे में. Friends, it's my immense pleasure to welcome all of you here. Again, as Sakshi said, we are doing this event here in Nashik. Basically, if you'll see, Nashik is emerged as one of the Maharashtra's most promising industrial hub, especially in engineering, automotive and manufacturing sector. Today the manufacturing landscape is undergoing a profound transformation. It is no longer just about the production, but about the innovation, efficiency, sustainability and global competitiveness. The theme of the today's summit is therefore both relevant and timely, because manufacturing excellence is no longer optional, it is essential. If you see the last couple of years government's perspective, so there is a major thrust on the manufacturing, and as I said, especially on the manufacturing excellence, how we can involve IT, AI and other tools into the manufacturing sector. Industry 4.0, majority companies has adopted that, and now we are going ahead to accept Industry 5.0 digitalizations and making India a global manufacturing hub. In the current dynamic business environment, especially for the SMEs, there are a lot of challenges: increasing global competitiveness, rising input cost due to the current market scenario as well as the global scenario, need for the digitalization, growth focus on sustainable practice are becoming more prominent. Addressing these challenges require the focused approach towards lean manufacturing, digital transformation, improve financial access and continuous skill development. In this summit has been thoughtfully curated to address these aspects. We have here today bankers, some people are from the technology, and go on. So friends, this is a platform basically to provide the networking to the industry, to bridge the gap between the industry as well as the, we can say, some sort of academia, financial institutions, because finance is the backbone of the Indian industry. The manufacturing is the backbone of Indian industry and they require the finance. So SME जो हम लोग बोलते हैं ना, बैंकों के सिवाय SMEs नहीं और SME के सिवाय बैंक्स नहीं. So we have a banker here today, AU Small Finance Bank. They are presenting their lot of products, those basically for the SMEs. Friends, one thing is there, banks have a lot of money, abundant money, yeah, but ultimately they are also the custodian of the public money, yeah. So while deploying this money to the SME sector, yeah, they are very much eager, but they need some sort of a good financial system, good financial practices adopted by the SME sector. And now if you'll see, the digitalization has taken place. So आपका कोई ट्रांजैक्शन ऐसा बचा नहीं है कि जो आज की डेट पे बैंकर्स हो या कोई फाइनेंशियल इंस्टीट्यूशंस हो या गवर्नमेंट हो, इनके नज़र से बच सकता है. So financial discipline is basically much more important for the manufacturers to go ahead. Hello. So if you see the today's agenda, we have given the agenda. We have AU Small Finance Bank. Mr. Abaj Bayaj is here. He is going to talk about the capital market access for the SMEs. Role of NSE Emerged platform. Ms. Deepali Chandak is here. She is talking about the government policies and reforms 26-27. Mr. Abhimanyu, he is talking on opportunities in metal powering India's infrastructure boom. Dr. Vardhan Chobe, Dr. Prasanna Tilum, he is also here. So this is a small program curated for the manufacturers and exporters, informing them what are the current things are happening. I would like to add one more thing. If you are borrowing from the bank, if you are a borrower of the bank, government has come up some of the good special package for you. That is emergency credit line 5.0, and you can avail those these finances for your regular need. You can approach to your bank from you have taken the loan. आपका जो लोन है उसका 1 जनवरी 2026 से लेके 31 जनवरी 26 तक जो टॉप पिक एक्सपोजर जो आपका है, यूटिलाइजेशन जो आपका है, उसका 20% मेरे ख्याल से आपको मिल रहा है. एंड दैट इज अ सिंपल प्रोसीजर. यू कैन गो टू द जन समर्थ पोर्टल एंड पुट योर डिटेल्स. दिस विल गो टू द स्ट्रेट टू द बैंक, to the approving authority. Approving authority will approve it. It will go for the coverage from the government. NCGTC will give the coverage to that, and I think so within 2 to 3 days you can get that additional finance for your working capital needs. Friends, these types of schemes government is bringing, and we are deploying it into the 2-tier, 3-tier cities where the actual MSMEs and actual exporters are there. Those who are maybe a tier 2, tier 3 suppliers to the large corporates. If we'll see who is going to achieve the targeted economic growth and vision 2047. So these are the SMEs who will achieve this target, and I think they will take the India ahead. Friends, I will not take much time. Thanks to our sponsors, our supporters, all local associations, those who have helped us, and promoting this initiative to the end user, who is basically SMEs. And sincere thanks to the speakers. I will not take much time. Please give a big round of applause to everybody. And I will now invite Mr. Rohit Morde, Regional Business Manager, Business Banking, EU Small Finance Bank Limited, and he is going to talk on working capital solutions, fueling manufacturing growth in manufacturing SMEs. Over to you, sir. Please welcome.
First of all, I'd like to thank SME Chambers of India to give us this opportunity to AU Bank to be here with one of the brightest and successful SME entrepreneurs in this room. It's really a pleasure and honor to be here and share our some experience and also take away a lot of experiences and learnings from you. Just to give you a quick background about ourselves, myself, I'm Rohit Morde. I'm a regional business manager with AU Small Finance Bank handling the Maharashtra region for business banking. I have overall experience of 24 years in the industry, and I'm happy to say that I'm also an engineer, a mechanical engineer, and then turned into a banker. So technology is something which is very close to my heart, and when I got this invite, I was very happy and looking forward to address all the technocrats sitting here, because it's been almost 20 years. 2000 I passed out my engineering from Pune, and it's been almost 24 years, and I've been interacting with a lot of industrialists, but from the banking side. So it's my honor to be here. I have with me Nikhil. Nikhil, yeah.
Hi, good evening, everyone. So I'm in the banking sector from last close to 17 odd years, and I'm a regional business manager for entire Maharashtra and Goa region. So I predominantly at AU Bank I look after for the transaction banking piece for the trade finance. So would love to explore how, if in case of any queries, questions, and would love to have a challenging conversations. We can figure it out. Any doubts or any basic. Please feel free to ask any questions regarding the topic. So yeah.
Thank you. Okay, thanks, Nikhil. So guys, just before we get into a presentation, I thought I should throw you some numbers. I'm sure all of you know these numbers. So if you look at this decade is for Indian manufacturing industry, looking at the GVA, which contributes approximately $880 billion in terms of overall manufacturing output. And it's been consistent. I mean, this data we're talking about Q2 is September 25, Q2 25 data. And March we would have peaked to around $900 odd billion GVA. So what GVA is? GVA is totally gross value addition. So whatever manufacturing is adding value to the goods, that is the GVA amount. Okay, so that is part of the GDP calculation. If you look at the FDI which has come in, so this data particularly shows from 2000 to 2025, which are top sector where FDI has come in. So if you see like the IT industry, software and hardware has got 15% of the FDI coming in. Services sector is around 16%. Trading is 6.5%, and automobile is around 5.11%. So we have a sizable FDI coming into automobile segment as well in last 25 years. So government has already launched a lot of incentive schemes like the Make in India, the Atmanirbhar Bharat. Then we have Skills India. We also have PLIs where production link incentives have been given from 4% to 16% to 14 different industry sectors. So if you look at this, government has done a lot to establish Indian manufacturing industry. Now with China becoming predominant engineering hub in the entire globe, after US debacle, after US slowdown, they are looking at alternative source. And India is the one which is going to fill up the shoes. So we are talking about China plus one kind of strategy where India will get a lot of investments into manufacturing is concerned. If you see like India's export has grown all-time high, like in FY25 it grew by around 6% over 24, predominantly because of the software export which went up. Domestic consumption has also gone high, which is sizable around 57% of our GDP, which is a good sign, meaning that if the domestic demand is good, of course, then the supply and the production will also be high. So we have a lot of in-house consumption in India. 58% of GDP is coming from domestic demand. Coming to the overall exports from India, so predominantly IT is one which is leading the pack, with Apple establishing their factory in India and exporting the phones. So we have clocked around 48% on the smartphones exports from India. Defense is showing very good opportunity, especially in the mechanical and engineering industry. A lot of international is happening in the defense industry. So that throws a lot of opportunity for SMEs. On the government PLI scheme, almost 1.91 lakh crore has been announced in 14 different segments. And auto component also one of the major segments where PLI has been on, apart from semiconductor, drones, solar batteries, solar cells, So there is a lot. The environment is very positive for SMEs to kind of take leap from here to the next phase. Now, SMEs, as you all know, I just want to put a very simple definition. I'm sure you all know. So we have primarily micro, small, and medium, depending on the plant and gross block of the company. Okay, so this is why it is important, because a lot of government schemes are based on the classification of SMEs. Okay, so since the SME is identified through the Udyam Aadhar, so as long as you have a Udyam Aadhar, you are an MSME. But on the MSME side, micro is typically where your turnover is less than 5 crores and your gross block is around less than 1 crore. Your plant and machinery is approximately 1 crore. Then coming to small is approximately 50 crores turnover. The moment you breach the turnover, you get into the next bucket. So assuming somebody is in medium and he has a 250 crores turnover, the next audit turnover becomes 300 crores. So he's out of the MSME game. So whatever incentive he is taking or whatever benefits the bank is passing on, that will not be applicable once the category of the company changes. So if you look at the GVA contribution of SMEs in India is approximately 35%, 35.4%. That's the gross value addition, which is sizable. In terms of GDP contribution, approximately, if you look at 40% of the GDP comes from here, and 45.7% is India's export is from MSME. 45%, that is a sizable amount if you see. MSME export grew from 3.95 lakhs crore to around 12.39 crores, which is a sizable jump. And if you look at the overall overall bucket, only 1 to 2% MSME are exporting. So you see 98% MSME are not at all in the export markets. So this throws a lot of opportunity for MSMEs to explore the export opportunities for them. In terms of employment, it is the second largest employment in India after agriculture. Approximately 28 crore people are employed under this MSME. So wherever there is any kind of slowdown, like as Sir has said, we have this because of West Asia situation, we have ECGLs, emergency credit line. So such kind of, in COVID, we have COVID loan, So government is taking care of MSMEs so that they are not left at their mercy, So a lot of incentives are coming in. I will cover all those products in my presentation. Okay, now if you look at overall industry, there is a clear MSME gap. Now what do you mean by MSME gap? MSME gap meaning that whatever funds are available from banks and NBFC and whatever is the demand. So there is a shortfall. And the shortfall is really huge. If you look at the numbers, it's approximately 20 to 30 lakh crore is the shortfall. Meaning there are a lot of MSMEs who don't have access to banking funds or funds from formal organization or formal channels. And this is where the opportunity lies for the banks, for the NBFC to tap this market. If you look at 14 to 20% MSMEs in terms of count wise, they only have access to credit. Rest MSMEs have no formal credit line with them. Either they are working on cash economy or they are working on their own private funds. So this throws a lot of opportunity for banks and NBFCs, finances organization to kind of lend in this segment and build them a credibility thing. Now, why this gap is existing? Now, predominantly, this gap is because of multiple things. Most important is like the lack of collateral, So first thing, when you go to a bank, they will ask you, boss, आपके पास collateral क्या है? तो अपने collateral होता ही नहीं देने के लिए, right? We don't have a security to offer sometimes. So, but government has schemes under CTSME where up to 2 to 10 crores they can offer something. So, one primary reason is lack of collateral. Second is informal financials. हम लोग क्या है कि बैलेंस शीट नहीं बनाते. We keep an unaudited balance sheet. Well, moment it reaches 2 crores, we split into multiple firms, put in cash. Whatever cash comes in, it doesn't come in the bank account. वो cash directly counter से बाहर चला जाता है. तो जो बैंकिंग का जो ट्रैक रिकॉर्ड है वो क्रिएट ही नहीं हो पाता है. आई विल कवर दिस पॉइंट वे स्मॉल पॉइंट्स कि आपका जो बिजनेस अगर कैश का भी बिजनेस है तो काउंटर पे कैश आके वही के वही निकल जाता है. तो व्हेन बैंक इज गोइंग टू असेस यू, ही वुडंट नो कि भाई आपका एक्चुअल वॉल्यूम ऑफ बिजनेस कितना है. Right, so it is important that to get your receivables in the bank account so that there is a footprint, digital footprint is available, and basically the credit history is created. So informal, then there's high risk perception by the bank. Now, I just said that only 14 to 20% MSMEs have access to formal funds, meaning 80% MSMEs are not at all, they are not exposed to bank funding. And generally the banks and NBFCs, either they want to lend to microfinance or they want to lend to corporates, but they don't want to lend to MSME, especially the micro ones. So now this thing is changing with the government RBI's framework of priority sector lending, where they're given targets to every bank. They are actually getting into financial inclusion side. So this is one area. Mission, then delayed payments or working capital stress. Again, in MSME, we have seen a lot of working capital cycle is elongated. Generally, hota kya hai, when you supply to a bigger company, okay, he tries to take a 90 days credit to 120 days. 60 days become 90 days. Gradually, the cycle gets elongated. And moment the cycle gets elongated, there's a working capital pressure is created, right? तो आपका पूरा working cash flow पूरा mismatch हो जाता है. So this is one reason. Then low awareness, again this is very important. A lot of government schemes are there, like CTSME scheme is there, where up to 10 crores government is giving without any collateral. ये loan आपको बिना collateral के मिल सकता है. PMGP program is there. Then मुद्रा loan is there. 1 लाख तक मुद्रा लोन भी मिल जाता है, 1 से 5 लाख के बीच में. और ये सब चीज़ें जो आती है ना, people are not aware about this thing. So this is one, lack of literacy is very important. Limited credit penetration, as I said. Then over reliance. This is an important point. Now what we have seen is generally most of the technocrats, they do not have financial background. They blindly have faith on the auditors, especially the auditors or the CA. Now you see, you pay auditor or the CA to suppress tax, right? वो आप उसको पैसा देते हो कि वे मैं टैक्स बचाएगा, तो उसकी बैलेंस शीट पूरी स्क्यूड हो जाती है. There is the margins are not shown in the balance sheet, the capital not there in the balance sheet, all the ratios are haywire. तो बैंकर जब उसको असेस करता है तो बैलेंस शीट में दम नहीं मिलता है. तो it becomes, you see, either the balance sheet is as per the bank sheet or as per the audit. It's like two sides of the coin. So you have to balance both of it, So this kind of an awareness is required so that it become more bankable. Achha, what are the mistakes? Now these are the mistakes which I've listed as per my experience of in the banking. So on the left side is what you will understand, on the right side what bankers will understand, up beyond the arrow. Like the first and foremost thing, कि mostly either we have partnership firms or proprietorship firms, right? तो आपका जो इंडिविजुअल फंड्स है और कंपनी का फंड्स है, दे आर ऑलवेज मिक्स, यू डोंट सेग्रीगेट इट. तो समटाइम इट लुक्स लाइक अ बैंक फंड डाइवर्जन. तो आपको जो मेंटेन करना पड़ेगा, आपके जो पर्सनल एक्सपेंसेस है, यू मेंटेन फ्रॉम अ डिफरेंट अकाउंट. डोंट यूज योर कंपनीज अकाउंट टू मेक पर्सनल एक्सपेंसेस, बिकॉज बैंकर विल ऑलवेज लुक इट एज अ फंड डाइवर्जन, right? So this is basically an accounting entry, but it makes a lot of sense for the banker to have faith on your balance sheet. Excess inventory, again very important. You have to check on the inventory whether the inventory is slow moving, the stock is dead inventory, So because higher the inventory, you're carrying a inventory cost on it plus a financing cost. Poor debtor management. As in again, if your debtor is beyond 90 days, आपका कोई भी debtor 90 दिन के ऊपर रहता है, तो उसको DP में कंसिडर नहीं कहते हैं. और बैंक विल ऑलवेज आपके जो भी कैपिटल होगा उसमें से 90 दिन के ऊपर डेटर माइनस करेंगे. मान के चलिए आपका 10 लाख का कैपिटल है और आपका डेटर खड़ा है 90 दिन का, 120 दिन का, 2 लाख का, तो 10 लाख में से 2 लाख माइनस करके 8 लाख का आपका इक्विटी आएगा. सो when we look at so slow moving doubtful debts and all is kind of deleted from your capital, so it is erosion. तो वी हैव टू इंश्योर कि भाई आपके डेटर्स जो है वो विद इन 90 डेज में रहे. दे आर देन डिपेंडेंस ऑन वन कस्टमर, वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. आई हैव सीन SMEs who are doing job work for big companies. So as a bank, it is 100% risky proposal because moment they are delinked, so they are exposed completely. So try to have 2 or 3 debtors or 2 or 3 customers on the balance sheet. मतलब आपके 2-3 कस्टमर्स हो तो वो रिस्क कॉन्सेंट्रेट हो. अगर एक कंपनी भी चले जाती है, दूसरी कंपनी अपने पास रहती है काम करने के लिए. डिलेड GST एंड टैक्स प्लानिंग. GST फाइलिंग अगर आप डिले करते हैं तो बैंक विल मेक श्योर कि आप वो स्टैट्यूटरी ड्यूज पे करके आपको लोन देगा, बिकॉज RBI हैज मैंडेटेड वेरी क्लियरली वी कैन नॉट फंड फॉर स्टैट्यूटरी ड्यूज. कोई भी बैंक आपको स्टैट्यूटरी ड्यूज पे करने के लिए फंडिंग नहीं करेगा, दैट इज वायलेशन ऑफ एंड यूज. तो पहले आपको आपका GST और जो भी EPF होगा, प्रोविडेंट फंड होगा, वो क्लियर करके आप उसको बैंक के पास जा सकते हो. इट इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. यूजिंग लॉन्ग टर्म, हाँ दिस इज इंपॉर्टेंट. समटाइम व्हाट हैपेंस कि अपने को फंड की जरूरत होती है मशीन लाने के लिए, बट वी डोंट हैव अ टर्म लोन इन प्लेस. व्हाट वी डू, अपन CC का पैसा उठा के डायरेक्ट वेंडर को पेमेंट कर देते हैं, तो आपका शॉर्ट टर्म का पैसा लॉन्ग टर्म में चला जाता है, राइट? किसी का अगर 1 करोड़ की CC है, 50 लाख की मशीन लेनी है, आपने 50 लाख का चेक फाड़ के दे दिया CC में से, एंड वो मशीन का जो लाइफ होगा 7 साल, तो आज आपकी 50 लाख की CC यूटिलाइज हो गई. So you are short on your working capital 50 lakhs. So never, even if the banker says, I've seen lot of public sector banks advising कि यार अभी आप CC में से पैसा ले लो, मैं बाद में आपको सेट ऑफ कर देता हूँ. बट शॉर्ट टर्म का पैसा है वो लॉन्ग टर्म में अगर घुस जाएगा तो फिर उसको सेट ऑफ नहीं कर सकते, राइट? तो ऑलवेज इंसिस्ट दैट गिव मी अ टर्म लोन, बिकॉज टर्म लोन इज फॉर लॉन्ग टर्म असेट. वो आपको EMI के बेसिस पे आपको 7-8 साल तक चलता रहेगा. देन यूज बैलेंस शीट मैनेजमेंट, अगेन वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. एज आई सेड कि बैलेंस शीट में जो रेशियोज है दैट नीड्स टू बी इन प्लेस. समटाइम्स इन द मतलब जब अपन टैक्स बचाने के चक्कर में बैठते हैं तो अपनी रेशियोज की पूरी लग जाती है. मतलब ऑल द रेशियोज आर हेवायर. वर्किंग कैपिटल गैप नेगेटिव होता है, करंट रेशियो लेस देन 1 होता है. तो बहुत सारी बैंक्स अभी भी ट्रेडिशनल वे से असेसमेंट करती है. देखो, नाउ विद द ऑनसेट ऑफ स्मॉल फाइनेंस बैंक्स लाइक अस, we are doing balance sheet analysis. We are not doing collateral based analysis. There are 2 types of funding. एक फंडिंग होती है भाई सिक्योरिटी देख लिया फिर आपने दे दिया, दूसरा फंडिंग है कि सर सिक्योरिटी कम है कोई बात नहीं, अपन बैलेंस शीट पे कॉल लेते हैं। तो अगर आपकी बैलेंस शीट स्ट्रांग है टू लॉट ऑफ एक्सटेंट, इवन इफ इट इज अंडर कोलैटरल, बैंक्स आर रेडी टू टेक अ कॉल, बट देन योर बैलेंस शीट हैज टू बी स्ट्रांग, यू नो। मल्टीपल अनसिक्योर्ड बिजनेस लोन, दिस इज अगेन अ क्लासिक डेट ट्रैप। आपके पास एक ऑर्डर आया है, इमीडिएटली आपने मार्केट से 20-20 लाख के 4 लोन उठा लिया है। अभी अनसिक्योर्ड लोन इज लाइक अ शार्क लोन, बिकॉज इसका टेन्योर रहता है 4 साल का, इसमें फोकलोन लगता है 4%। एक बार आपने लोन ले लिया देन यू आर लॉक फॉर 4 years एंड द रेट ऑफ इंटरेस्ट इज 14-15%, राइट। एंड देन टू गेट दिस ऑफ यू विल हैव टू एक्चुअली क्लोज एवरीथिंग एंड पे 4% ऑन टॉप ऑफ इट. So in such case, go for a secured term loan for 4 years, 7 years or 8 years depending on the capex that you're doing. Precedence of tax, this I've already covered. कि tax avoidance should not be the priority. Priority, if you want to take funding from the bank, work on your balance sheet rather than working on the taxation part. Because if you work on a taxation part, आपकी actual margin दिखेगी नहीं business में. आपको capex करना है, expansion के लिए पैसा चाहिए तो eligibility बैठती नहीं है उसमें. Bank churning not in line, this I've already covered. तो आपका बेसिकली जो भी टर्नओवर है आपका, सपोज किसी का 10 करोड़ का टर्नओवर है तो एटलीस्ट 70% जो टर्नओवर है 7 करोड़ तक की एंट्री अपने को बैंक में दिखनी चाहिए, डिपेंडिंग ऑन नेचर ऑफ बिजनेस. ओके, टिपिकली देयर सर्टेन बिजनेस लाइक इन वेजिटेबल बिजनेस और फ्रूट बिजनेस, कमोडिटी बिजनेस, वो कैश का बिजनेस है, उसमें सब जो कैश वो डायरेक्ट काउंटर से बाहर निकल जाता है. तो देयर एज अ बैंकर वी ऑल्सो अंडरस्टैंड कि भाई यहाँ पे 50% ही चर्निंग मिलेगी, बट आपकी इंजीनियरिंग इंडस्ट्री में तो ऐसा हो ही नहीं सकता. ओके, सो प्लीज मेक श्योर दैट एटलीस्ट 60-70% ऑफ द चर्निंग इज सीन, मतलब आपके जो क्रेडिट एंट्री आ रहे हैं बैंक के थ्रू आ रहे हैं. ओके, promoters being guaranteed. Now this is a very classic case. We see a lot of civil empowerment because a promoter has given guarantee to their friends, to their family members, and that loan has gone bad. उसकी वजह से उनका सिविल खराब हो गया. Then a lot of borrowers are giving file to the consultants. They are giving file to multiple banks. एंड वो सिविल स्कोर इंपैक्ट होता है. जितने इंक्वायरी ज़्यादा गिरेंगे सिविल स्कोर कम होता है. टिपिकली 675 के नीचे बैंक फंड नहीं करती है. एंड टू बिल्ड सिविल स्कोर इट टेक्स टाइम. ओके, तो ये थोड़ा सा मतलब दीज आर थिंग्स विच वी सी एट द टाइम व्हेन वी एनालाइज. वेरी सिंपल एंड बट टू द वेरी प्रिसाइज वन, यू नो. ओके, सो दीज आर द क्वेश्चन. आई थिंक ये आप सबको हॉर्न करता ही होगा. कस्टमर पेमेंट कैसे करना है, हाई इन्वेंट्री हाउ डू मैनेज दैट, कैपेक्स कैपेसिटी एक्सपेंशन कैसे करूँ, रॉ मटेरियल प्राइसेस बढ़ रहे हैं, राइट, जीएसटी स्टैट्यूटरी पेमेंट ड्यू है, वर्किंग कैपिटल शॉर्टेज पड़ रहा है. सो दीज आर कॉमन थिंग्स विच आई विल कवर इन नेक्स्ट स्लाइड. So there are two ways of doing this. One is either you save money, and second you borrow money. Right? Okay, the saving money meaning that कि you unlock your liquidity by doing some basic things. These are very basic things. Like basically improving your collection. आपका जो भी उधारी है मार्केट में आप उसको प्रॉम्प्टली रिकवर कर रहे हैं तो ऑटोमेटिकली कैश फ्लो आपका ईज आउट हो जाएगा. यू शुड फॉलो अप कंप्लीट इमीडिएटली. डोंट डिले आउट इनवॉइसिंग. आप इनवॉइस कर दीजिए इमीडिएटली, आप फॉलो अप कीजिए उसके साथ में. डिजिटल पेमेंट मैकेनिज्म, आजकल चेक से कोई पेमेंट लेता नहीं, आरटीजी एनईएफटी से लीजिए ताकि वो पैसा आपके काम पे आएगा. राइट, मेंटेनिंग मिनिमम कलेक्शन. आई हैव सीन कस्टमर्स आर मेंटेनिंग 4 to 5 करंट अकाउंट्स. 4 to 5 करंट अकाउंट. अच्छा, वो वेंडर एक्सिस में खोल लिया, वो वेंडर कैनरा बैंक में कैनरा में खोल दिया. तो इससे क्या होता है कि फंड सभी अकाउंट में मेंटेन करने पड़ते हैं. नहीं करोगे तो चार्जेस लग जाएंगे, करंट अकाउंट है. राइट, एंड देन व्हाट यू आर डूइंग इज यू आर स्पॉइलिंग योर रिलेशनशिप विद योर वर्किंग कैपिटल बैंकर. Ideally, you should be having only one account. So when you maintain multiple accounts, so there is no stickiness with your working capital. So when you go for renewal, when you go for enhancement, then you will say, look boss, you are maintaining funds with other accounts, other bank accounts. So as far as possible, keep minimum 1 or 2 accounts. So it's easy to manage funds. Optimize inventory, very important. I said कि slow moving inventory है. जो value में ज़्यादा है और quantity में कम है, उस पर आप फोकस कीजिए. जो डेट स्टॉक है उसको निकालिए. Reduce debt stock. Negotiate better, very simple. Negotiate better credit terms. Advance में काम कीजिए. I know it's very easy to say, but it's difficult on the ground. But there are ways of doing it. Like you can take LC. आप LC ले सकते हैं. आप कुछ 10% एडवांस लेके काम कर सकते हैं. You know, part advance, part credit. Invoice bill discounting कर सकते हैं. I will cover that also. And use basic banking solution like OD, CC है. This all, you know, bill discounting. Am I going too fast? ठीक है, pace is okay because I have a lot to cover. Okay, now these are the products which are available for you. I'm sure you all know all these, so I won't take much time. But I will tell you, आपने कौन सा प्रोडक्ट कब लेना चाहिए. वो बहुत सिंपल, बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, बिकॉज आप गलत प्रोडक्ट लेने का फंस जाएंगे. लॉट ऑफ पब्लिक सेक्टर बैंकर्स दे डोंट एजुकेट कस्टमर कि आपको क्या सही है. जैसे एग्जांपल लेता हूँ, आपका एक सीजनल बिजनेस है, ओके, जहाँ पे 6 महीने 7 महीने आपका पीक सीजन रहता है, बाकी ऑफ सीजन रहता है. अगर आपने सीसी ले लिया, कैश क्रेडिट फैसिलिटी, जहाँ पे आपको हर मंथ स्टॉक स्टेटमेंट देना है, हर मंथ डीपी कैलकुलेट होता है, तो वहाँ पे डीपी बैठे ऑफ सीजन डीपी बैठेगा नहीं आपका, राइट? सो यू नॉट हैव अ ड्राइंग पावर। और लाइक जिसमें डेटर्स ज़्यादा रहते हैं, एक कैपिटल इक्विपमेंट जैसे आप मशीन बना के दे रहे किसी को, तो उसमें डेटर साइकिल ज़्यादा रहते हैं, 120 130 दिन तक जाता है। आपने सीसी ले तो आपका डीपी में बैठेगा ही नहीं, राइट? तो गो फॉर ओडी, मेक थिंग्स सिंपल। ओडी इज ए क्लीन ओडी, मतलब 12 महीने आप यूज़ कर सकते हैं, उसमें कोई डीपी का मगजमारी नहीं है, उसमें ड्राइंग पावर बहुत ईजी, मतलब 12 महीने रहती है, प्लस स्टॉक इंश्योरेंस की जरूरत नहीं है। आरबीआई सेज अप टू 5 करोड़ यू कैन गो फॉर ओवरड्राफ्ट फैसिलिटी, 5 करोड़। अगेन ये प्रॉपर्टी बैक्ड है, आपको प्रॉपर्टी देनी पड़ेगी और ओडी देना पड़ेगा, नो ब्रेनर। सीसी में आपको हर महीने स्टॉक स्टेटमेंट होगा, स्टॉक ऑडिट होगा, स्टॉक इंश्योरेंस लेना पड़ेगा। अगर आपका स्टॉक डीपी नहीं बैठता तो डीपी नीचे गिरा देती है बैंक। तो यू हैव टू बी क्लियर कि भाई मेरा डीपी बैठता नहीं बैठता, ऑफ सीजन में डीपी बैठेगा नहीं बैठेगा। हाँ, सिमिलरली ड्रॉप लाइन ओडी, अ लॉट ऑफ ट्रेडर्स स्पेशली सर्विस इंडस्ट्री दे वांट कि भाई मेरा ना लोन कम होता जाए, ओडी का भी यूज करो, लोन भी कम होता है। मतलब ओडी तो कम नहीं होती, राइट? 12 महीने वही चलती है। तो डीएलओडी जो प्रोडक्ट है, ड्रॉप लाइन ओडी, इसमें क्या रहेगा, 5 साल का ड्रॉप लाइन दिया तो हर महीने हर क्वार्टर में थोड़ा लोन कम होता जाएगा। तो आपको भी एक पीस ऑफ माइंड रहेगा कि मेरा लोन कम हो रहा है विद इन 5 years टाइम। प्लस आई हैव द ओडी ऑल्सो। तो ओडी बेनिफिट क्या, जब आपका लमसम पैसा आता है तो आपको ब्याज नहीं लगेगा। सपोज 2 दिन का पैसा आपके अकाउंट में रुका तो यू वोंट गेट बी चार्ज फॉर द इंटरेस्ट। तो पीपल हु हैव रेगुलर कैश फ्लो कमिंग इन, दे कैन गो फॉर डीएलओडी। अगेन अप टू 5 करोड़ तक डीएलओडी बैठती है। इनवॉइस बिल डिस्काउंटिंग, नाउ सपोज इफ सम मैन्युफैक्चरर इज देयर, जो आप एक बड़े प्रिंसिपल एक महिंद्रा के साथ काम कर रहे हैं, अभी आपको पता होगा महिंद्रा का बिल डिस्काउंटिंग फैसिलिटी है, चैनल फाइनेंस है। वैसे ही आप प्रिंसिपल्स है, जैसे बड़े बड़े प्रिंसिपल है, यू कैन अप्रोच अ बैंक एंड टेल देम कि मेरे रिसीवेबल डिस्काउंटिंग करके दीजिए। उनके जो भी बिल्स है वो आपको डिस्काउंट करके आज ही पैसा दे देंगे। और ये अनसिक्योर्ड फंडिंग है, इसमें कोई कोलैटरल की जरूरत नहीं है। तो अच्छे कॉर्पोरेट्स है, जैसे बॉश है, महिंद्रा है, पैनासोनिक है, एग्जाम्पल दे रहा हूँ, तो उसके हिसाब से अपन इसको देख सकते हैं। बैंक विल नॉट आस्क फॉर एनी काइंड ऑफ सिक्योरिटी। टर्म लोन, एज ए सेड कि आपको कुछ अगर मशीन लेना है, कोई फिक्स्ड एसेट लेना है लॉन्ग टर्म पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से, तो टर्म लोन लीजिए। डोंट यूज द शॉर्ट टर्म का पैसा फॉर लॉन्ग टर्म, फिर शॉर्ट टर्म में आपकी वर्क सीसी ब्लॉक हो जाती है, वर्किंग कैपिटल कम हो जाएगा। लीज रेंटल डिस्काउंटिंग, किसी के पास में सपोज आपका शेड है, वहाँ पे आपने किसी कंपनी को दे दिया है 5 साल के लिए, 5 साल का लीज है, 2 साल का लॉक इन है, तो वो जो लीज 5 साल का लीज आता है उस पर हम लोन बिठा देते हैं। तो आपको लमसम पैसा डे 1 पे मिल जाएगा, और उसका जो ईएमआई होगा वो रेंट को मैच कर देंगे ताकि आपकी जेब से कुछ नहीं जाएगा। दैट्स कॉल्ड लीज रेंटल डिस्काउंटिंग। अगेन दिस इज अ गुड वे ऑफ रेजिंग मनी। Okay, now there are certain government schemes, like I said, ki CGTSME scheme. Now this is a government scheme where government has said up to 10 crores bank can lend without any collateral. उनके कुछ norms है, stability norms है, vintage और ये सब वो सब देख के देते हैं। But ये बहुत अच्छी है, this is a very good tool for a company who doesn't have any collateral or security to give. Then there are 2 products, banking OD and GST. Now this is what AU has, which other banks also have. तो मान के चलिए कि किसी के बैलेंस शीट में टर्नओवर ड्रॉप हो गया, राइट? या किसी का रेशो बैठता नहीं है, मतलब बैलेंस शीट में रेशो नहीं बैठ रहे, तो हम लोग क्या करते हैं, उसको बैंकिंग ओडी में बिठा सकते हैं या जीएसटी बिठा सकते हैं। अगर आपका बैंकिंग का जो चर्निंग बराबर आ रहा है, बैंक चर्निंग हर महीने बैंक में चर्निंग आता है, तो 12 महीने में जितना भी चर्न हुआ, सपोज 10 करोड़ का चर्निंग दिखा मुझे, मैन्युफैक्चर को 30% में 3 करोड़ लोन बिठा देंगे अपन, बट यहाँ पे कैपिंग 2 करोड़ की है। तो ये पूरा जो है ना, उसमें बैलेंस शीट की जरूरत ही नहीं है। तो बहुत बार हम देखते हैं कि भाई लास्ट ईयर टर्नओवर 20% ड्रॉप हो गया, लेकिन मैं 8 से लेके 12 महीने का बैंकिंग देखता हूँ, उसमें जो भी टर्नओवर दिखेगा, 8 करोड़ का टर्नओवर देखा, उसका 20% या 30% लगा के मैं आपको लिमिट सेट करके दे दूंगा। सो दिस इज अ वेरी गुड। आपका उसमें इतना ही है कि आपकी जो कैपिटल दिखनी चाहिए, रेशियो से हमको कोई देना नहीं है। सो दिस अ गुड प्रोडक्ट जहाँ पे बैलेंस शीट में प्रॉब्लम आ रही, करंट रेशियो लेस देन 1 है, वर्किंग कैपिटल गैप नहीं बैठ रहा है, वो सब चीज़ें बाहर हो जाते हैं। जीएसटी, जो भी कंपनी 12 महीने जीएसटी फाइल करती है, रेगुलर जीएसटी फाइल करती है, उसने जितना भी जीएसटी फाइल किया है 12 मंथ्स का 20-25% का लगा के हम लोग लिमिट सेट करते हैं। सो वेरी इजी एंड क्विक मॉडल। ECLGS, एज सर हैज सेड, अभी बिकॉज ऑफ द वेस्ट एशिया सिचुएशन ECLGS फाइल लॉन्च किया गवर्नमेंट ने। सो व्हाट दे आर सेइंग कि आपका कोई भी बिजनेस है, फ्रॉम 1 Jan to 31 March तक आपका जो भी पीक एक्सपोजर रहेगा फंड बेस का, उसका 20% तक आप ले सकते हैं। एंड बैंक ने, आरबीआई ने रेट भी डिसाइड किया, 9% का फंडिंग डिसाइड किया हुआ है। तो दिस इज विदाउट एनी कोलैटरल। तो इधर आप इस लोन से आप अपना हाई बोरोइंग कॉस्ट कम कर सकते हैं या एक्चुअली वर्किंग कैपिटल लूज कर सकते हैं। सो गुड अपॉर्चुनिटी टू गो फॉर दिस ECLGS। सो इन नेक्स्ट 5 minutes विल कवर द ट्रेड पार्ट। बताओ।
Thank you so much, Rohit. It was wonderful, I suppose. So, of course, now trade finance. So, what is trade finance? So, trade finance and working capital goes hand in hand. So what is trade finance? Let's break down. Trade is simple buying and selling, import export. Internationally we call it import export. ठीक है, अगर आप अपने खुद के पैसे से पे कर रहे हो, इट्स अ सिंपल क्रॉस बॉर्डर पेमेंट्स. अगर फाइनेंस ले रहे बैंक से, सो इट बिकम्स अ ट्रेड फाइनेंस थ्रू बैंकिंग सॉल्यूशंस. So let's talk fund based. So it's either asset back. Then now come back to the asset linked. So what is asset linked? Asset links. Sorry, asset link is nothing but कि आप आपके solutions आते हैं export financing, import financing. So if you talk about for the exporter side, what is pre-shipment, what is post-shipment. So it's for the exporters. जो भी आप में से बहुत सारे कुछ कोई एक्सपोर्ट्स कर रहे हैं, सो दे विल बी नोइंग इट. अगर आप कोई गुड्स इंडिया से बाहर भेज गए, उसके अगेंस्ट आपको फंड्स आएंगे, दैट्स एक्सपोर्ट्स, करेक्ट. सो उसके लिए बैंक फंडिंग भी देती है. सो दैट इज कॉल्ड प्री शिपमेंट after pre-shipment financing and post-shipment financing. It could be in INR, it could be in foreign currency. Similarly, we can also discount those bills. Hello? So it could be so we can also discount such bills for export financing bills. So that supposedly those could be through the under LC structure. So similarly, as I said, it's a export financing. We have a import financing as well. What is import financing? First of all, what is import? Whatever goods coming to India, we have to make a payment. So we will be financing for that. So that's import financing. That's in nutshell, if I say. So that could be through your that could be against. We can also give you the funding against your bills. So either through we can give you the funding for the import through buyer's credit, supplier's credit, correct. So these are typically a fund-based solutions, I would say. So then comes a non-fund based solutions which has a bank guarantee. Bank guarantee, you must have heard bank guarantee, letter of credit. So what bank guarantee is? So bank guarantee is nothing but bank is giving. It could be a performance based or financial based. So bank is giving a confirmation that this contract will be completed by this party. So this is linked to your performance. So bank gives that bank guarantee. What is letter of credit? Letter of credit is like an instrument through which it could be a export LC, it could be a import LC. So through which you can make contract with the party for the receiving of funds or making of funds. So it's a mandatory obligation. If a party fails to make a payment, it's a surety that bank will make a payment on your behalf. So that's nothing but a LC. Then comes, as I said, buyer's credit, supplier's credit. So buyer's credit is typically, as I said, it's a non-fund based solution. So in this we do a funding for the importers. When the importers have to make a payment to the overseas party, we arrange a funding in very cheap rate. Since it's a FCY is borrowing is way cheaper than the INR, so the pricing we pass on to our importers. So then comes a standby letter of credit. Standby letter of credit. So it's again a standby letter of credit like a BG for the financial BGs. I would say for the overseas BG, we call it SBLCs. So nowadays, earlier it used to be even the importers financing also happens through SBLCs. Then comes to the hedging solution. So hedging solutions, if I may say, you have to make a payment in cross-border payments. For that, you'll go to the bank and say, Nikhil, I have to make a payment. Give me the dollars. So considering current market scenarios, as everyone knows, the dollars is touching way higher side, 90-95. So if for the exporters it's a good, right? But what happens after 3 months? It goes down to the 90 or even 85. So you can book a rate now, and you can use that rate after 3 months or maybe after a future period. So that's a blocking of rate, nothing but. So as I said, those are the asset linked products. Those are nothing but we have given a financing. What happens? These are non-asset, as in cross-border payments. If I say so, it's an import payment wherein we don't give you the funding, but it's just that you wanted to make a payment to the overseas party. So there is no such a funding involved in making import payment. Correct. So import bill payment, export or import. Then what come the remittances, as I said. Then merchant trade transactions. Merchant trade is nothing but you are buying from one country and supplying the goods to another country. However, uh, uh, goods will transit from one country to another country without touching India. However, funds will come to India from both buyer side and as well as seller sides as well. So that's nothing but a merchant trade. So trader is nothing but earning between in between. So similarly, so from export side, it will be inward remittance as a simple whatever you have proceeds you have received against it. It's a simple remittance. Then export bill handling is nothing but I'm handling your bill under it could be under LC or the under the collection basis. And then export LC advertising. Export LC advertising, nothing LC comes and giving it to you. Apart from that, there is a capital account transactions. Capital account transactions like FDI, ODI, ECBs. So whatever the investment that you that is coming into the India that comes under the purview of FDI or vice versa, it will be in ODI. So all these are governed by under the FEMA. So this requires RBI approval. In certain cases we don't, but it depends on case to case basis, probably I would say. So then comes, as I said, freight payments, or typically those are again a part of remittances. So let's talk about AU Bank. So what is AU Bank? What we do, from where we started. So if I say we started in 1996 with a vehicle business, vehicle loan business. So that's where we started in 1996. Post that, we have received the equity funding and we have received the RBI license for the small finance bank. In 2017, small finance bank was launched, and between our performance in 17-25, we have presented across 21 states for introducing. So it's the largest small finance bank as of now. So yeah, in 2025 August, we have received a universal banking license. It's a principally approved universal banking license. So these are, as of now, numbers we have achieved. These are balance sheet size, how it looks. If I say in most criteria, most part, as in balance sheet size has grown tremendously. I would say a 22% growth over the balance sheet size, deposits, everywhere we could see the growth. So that's how our balance sheet looks like. So these are a typical nomenclature banking products that we have, again from asset, branch banking, and digital banking solution. Those are I'm sure everyone is aware about these banking products, but yeah, these are the products that we offer. And what most important is, we have a fantastic digital banking solution. When I say digital banking solution, it's all about the corporate internet banking, how you transact your money from your account to either it's a cross-border payments or it's I would say the domestic payments. So we have fantastic solutions. So linking to it, so this is a gateway to your online banking. So we have in online banking, and we have a DigiTrade solutions. In DigiTrade solution, we can do each and every trade remittance, trade transactions. So either it could be a import LCs, import transaction, BG, LC, take any name, we can do these transactions. The best part is we can do this transaction by sitting at wherever you want in the world. So you can do as per your convenience. These transaction can be done. So you don't have to go to the branch just for to make an import remittance. So even you can book a rate, you just call your RM, you get the rate. So everything is digitalized. Similarly, we have a fantastic cash management solution. We have payment side solution and collection side solutions. Both we have a bulk. Hello. So we have a payment solution and a collection solution. It's a vendor payment solution. We have RTGS API integration with your user banking, with your ERP solution, whichever ERP you have. We can integrate with our solution. You can make a payment from your that API integration. You don't have to log in our banking partner for the making a payments. So yeah, would love to ask, see if you have any questions in mind, rather from from.
Yeah, questions? Any question, please?
Yes, sir.
Schemes for startups. Those are in. Do you have any schemes for startup incorporated within a year?
Hello.
Yeah.
If it is a standalone startup, as of now, we don't have any scheme. But assuming that you have an existing firm and you want to start a new firm, where you do a startup in that, we can look at that. We can look at the vintage of the existing firm and do it.
Suppose that previous firm was a in partnership firm,
J.
and currently the new incorporation is a private limited. Probably the new version would be expansion of previous businesses. In that case, is it viable?
It is viable, sir. It is absolutely viable. So it is a normal progression of your partnership to private limited. So whatever asset liabilities anyway will come into a new balance sheet, right? So we would look at, it is easily, it can be processed. There is no reason. Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Good afternoon all. Good afternoon. So thank you and welcome for this session, and actually thanks to SME Chambers for this event and they giving us this opportunity to present here. So such a TCS is a technological company and how they are working with SME, just would like to explain you in detail. Okay, so today's theme is like a drive manufacturing excellence. So how SME is working and what TCS can help you in this SME. So that is a thought process, because SME and startups, I would like to talk with the statistic. Next slide. Okay. Just like it. So PDF now over. I'll try it also. Okay, so thank you. So SME, I have taken out few data with the sources like India is the largest, or means I can tell you the number, like a second largest country, where globally we have like a second largest country where we are having the SME ecosystem. Okay. And the second good part, like startups, if we consider like we are a third largest country, and very important part, like a 30% to 40% GDP is totally driven by small medium enterprises, and SME is doing the exports near about more than 40%. So these statistics are like a few resources I have taken. So from that, it is a looks like SME is very important now. Only what we have seen, like around like a 10 to 12% SME is only digitized. So what do you mean by digitized? So digitized means like they are having like a product or a tool in place where they are collecting the data, analyze the data, they are doing the improvement, and after that monitoring that improvement, and again they are going for the improvement. So excellence means like a continuous improvement, small improvement. These all are the tasks are very important. So this kind of culture will give the excellence. Okay, so that's why we are encouraging like a ERP should be there, so, and then ERP adoption should be there. So that ERP should be digitized, not only the financial package, not only the standalone package, because it will help you to uh, go into the market with a very speedy. Okay, so like whenever you want to take a decision, so you will able to take a decision very fast. क्योंकि मुझे कुछ डिसीजन लेना है तो मुझे चाहिए डेटा, मुझे चाहिए एनालिसिस, मुझे चाहिए कॉम्पिटिटर के साथ क्या चल रहा है, मुझे चाहिए मेरा सप्लायर के साथ क्या डेटा है, तो ये सब डेटा रहेगा तो ही मैं स्पीडी डिसीजन ले सकता हूँ. बट अभी के जो एसएमईज है, जो डायरेक्टर्स है, उनका ज़्यादा टाइम जाता है ऑपरेशनल चीज़ों को साइन करने में. सो कंटिन्यूसली दे आर साइनिंग, परचेज वाउचर साइन कर रहा है, पीओ साइन कर रहा है, कुछ डिसीजन लेना है, हाँ चलो बैठते हैं, कभी बैठते हैं, 4 फोन आ गए निकल गए. सो मुझे क्या लग रहा है कि एसएमई में जो ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा काम कर रहा है वो सीनियर मैनेजमेंट कर रहा है. बाकी जो टीम है वो तो अपना बेसिक काम ही कर रही है, बट सीनियर मैनेजमेंट ज़्यादा काम कर रहा है बिकॉज वो सारी चीज़ें साइन कर रहा है और अपने कंट्रोल में ले रहा है. बट वॉट वी आर थिंकिंग कि इफ़ यू आर डिजिटाइज तो यू विल टेक ओनली एनालिसिस और यू विल ड्राइव दी विद दी डिसीजंस. ओके, एंड इट इज़ अगेन हेल्पिंग यू टू मेक लाइक अ कॉस्ट इफिशिएंट, बिकॉज आप टाइमली डिसीजन लोगे. समझो अभी जो मार्केट सिनेरियो चल रहा है, कल 20 रुपये के जी मटेरियल था, आज 22 रुपीज़ के जी हो रहा है. एंड इफ़ यू वांट टू टेक ए डिसीजन कि ये मेरा प्राइस बढ़ते जा रहा है, बट मेरे पास कुछ एनालिसिस नहीं कि मेरे पास कितना सेल्स ऑर्डर है, कितना मटेरियल खरीदना है, ये सारी चीज़ें मेरे पास ऑन द टिप रहेगा तो आई एम एबल टू टेक ए डिसीजन. तो ये सारी चीज़ होगा डेटा ड्रिवन रहेगा तो, और इसीलिए आपके पास चाहिए इकोसिस्टम एंड इंटीग्रेटेड सिस्टम. ओके, एंड देन मैन्युफैक्चरिंग एक्सेलेंस आपका आगे जाता है. तो मैन्युफैक्चरिंग एक्सेलेंस का अगेन जस्ट आई वांटेड टू हाईलाइट यू कि जीरो डिफेक्ट, जीरो ब्रेकडाउन्स, जीरो एक्सीडेंट, ऑन टाइम डिलीवरी, ऑन टाइम रिसीवेबल, ऑन टाइम पेमेंट, दीज ऑल आर द इम्पॉर्टेंट पैरामीटर्स आर देयर. और वो जो अचीव होते हैं उसके लिए डेटा इंपॉर्टेंट है. नाउ डेटा आई एम जस्ट कंटिन्यूसली टॉकिंग डेटा बिकॉज आप OEM को सप्लाई कर रहे हैं, वो भी मांग रहा है कि मुझे OEE दे दो, OE का परसेंटेज बताओ. तो OE आप कैसे निकालोगे? आपके पास समझो कुछ आज प्रोडक्शन हो रहा है, उसका डेटा मेरे पास अवेलेबल नहीं, कितना क्वालिटी में प्रॉब्लम्स आ रहे हो मेरे पास मालूम नहीं, इम्प्रूवमेंट्स कितना करना है वो मुझे मालूम नहीं. तो वो सारा डेटा के लिए TCS वांटेड टू वर्क विद द SMEs कि हम लोग अपना एक प्रोडक्ट लॉन्च किया है. इट इज़ लॉन्च्ड इन 2011. दैट इज़ अ थॉट प्रोसेस फ्रॉम मिस्टर रतन टाटा सर. He knows like India market is totally depend on SMEs and contributes SMEs it's very heavily. So he thought we should have one product which take care by TCS, because TCS is having power of the consultancy, TCS is the power of the technology. Then they should come out and they should help to SMEs. That's why we started our own product TCS Ion, which is mission is like a empower small, medium and large businesses. Okay, and with the best class support, with the best class technology, with the best class consultant. That is the intention of the TCS Ion. So just I would like to highlight on the product because this event again I wanted to use for my product presentations and the marketing per se. So we have one stop solution, and this is an integrated way. It's like I have seen like many SMEs they are using the product like multiple products like HRMS के लिए अलग है, मैन्युफैक्चरिंग के लिए अलग है, देन GSP के लिए कुछ अलग यूज़ कर रहे हैं. तो बट TCS इज़ हैविंग लाइक ए इंटीग्रेटेड सिस्टम जहाँ पे सारी चीज़ें इंटीग्रेटेड है, बिकॉज आपको जो भी एनालिसिस चाहिए रहता है वो इंटीग्रेटेड चाहिए. जैसे फाइनेंस के सर ने कहा कि दे वांट टू सी द बैलेंस शीट, बट बैलेंस शीट में क्या आता है? तो अल्टीमेटली फाइनेंस आता है, बट फाइनेंस के आगे क्या होता है? तो बहुत सारे आप प्रोसेसेस करते हो, ऑपरेशंस करते हैं, परचेस होगा, सेल्स होगा, देन आपका डेड इन्वेंट्रीज है, नहीं है, स्टॉक स्टेटमेंट है, स्टॉक वैल्यूएशन है, वो सारी चीज़ें. तो हाउ इट विल कम? सो इट शुड हैव द इंटीग्रेटेड सिस्टम that should all processes driven through the single ERP. So that's why system is integrated. And very important part, the TC7 is not going into the customization methodology. We are into market, we wanted to give the product where like a TC is already taken care of your all the processes. Just you pull your data, upload in your system, and next day you can start your transaction. So that is a quick and easy implementation. And very important part, this is a 100% cloud system. 100% cloud system is like, पहले लोगों का क्या मेथोडोलॉजी था कि मेरा ईआरपी मेरे यहाँ पे ऑन प्रीमाइसेस में इम्प्लीमेंट होना चाहिए. देन नाउ पीपल स्टार्टेड सेकंड मेथोडोलॉजी, नहीं अभी मेरे को सर्वर खरीदना पड़ रहा है तो आई एम कीपिंग माई डेटा ऑन दी होस्टेड क्लाउड. सो होस्टेड क्लाउड और क्लाउड प्रोडक्ट में डिफरेंस यही है कि यहाँ पे प्रोडक्ट प्योरली क्लाउड पे आपने डेवलप किया है, एंड दैट डेवलपमेंट इज नथिंग बट अ SaaS काइंड ऑफ प्रोडक्ट. वी आर कॉलिंग एज अ सॉफ्टवेयर एज अ सर्विसेज. सो दैट इज टेकन केयर बाय TCS. So cloud is taken care by TCS, your data is taken care by TCS, and your support and services is totally taken care by TCS. Okay. And very important part, what will come out from the ERP? If you have the integrated system, then output will be your intuitive dashboards, your reports. If I put like all my systems and workflow in place, so I can give like a purchase manager can approve my transaction up to 10,000. My CEO can approve up to the 2 lakhs like a value of transaction. So ये सारी workflow tracking हम लोग उनके लिए सेट कर सकते हैं. एंड तीसरा इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट है कि ये सारा करने के बाद व्हाट आउटपुट आई वांट रिपोर्ट. सो सिस्टम शुड drive the report, system should provide the report, system should throw the report. So you can set up all the reports the morning 5 o'clock, system automatically sending all the reports like a CEO executive summary, like a dashboards. So if you are getting those dashboards, so you will start your day. You will not start like अरे ये डेटा दो वो डेटा दो और उसमें क्या आपका एक्यूरेसी you really don't know. So that's why कि the ERP integrated होने के कारण you will get all the reports in place. And very important part, first time this is the biggest company, they wanted to do implementation done by TCS only. We are not looking for like a हम लोग को customers नहीं चाहिए, we want digitize SME चाहिए, because our customer satisfaction index is totally depend on how many SMEs we have digitized. Okay, so that's why we are coming with the integrated package including all like my manufacturing, my procurement, sales, production, import, export. Then it is integrated with the finance and accounting, then document management system. So all documents, whatever documents you are keeping with you, so we want that should be digitized. Means like during COVID, few of our listed organization, they have completed their audit through the digitization. मतलब कोई भी ऑफिस नहीं गया, बट उनका हर एक वाउचर, हर एक जो सप्लायर इनवॉइस आ रहा था वो आप अपलोड करके रखा था. सो they have got entire transactions in a single place. So that is a method of the DMS, document management system. And very good important part, like if you are carrying any other ERP or if you are carrying other products, so we do have GST as a product where like all compliances can taken care by the GSP product. So GSP is nothing but all the integration done to the GSTN. So all e-way bill, e-invoicing, your GST returns, that is taken care by the GST product. And we do have employee self service model. तो many organization, छोटी जो organization है वो उनके जो डायरेक्टर्स है वो भी कोई बड़े कंपनी से ज्वाइन होके ही अपना स्टार्टअप चालू करते हैं. सो उनको थॉट होता है कि मेरा भी एम्प्लॉय खुद का सैलरी देखे, उसका अटेंडेंस खुद लगाए. तो ये सारी चीज़ें HRMS, पेरोल और CRM से हम लोग कवर करते हैं. देन यू want to see like how many inquiries I have generated, how many quotation I have sent. I want to see the funnel, what is the ratio is happening, what is the conversion is happening. So those report and everything can be through the CRM and HRMS and payroll module. So just I wanted to highlight on the products, what are the modules. So basic things are happening like a procurement, sales. Very important is a material requirement planning, where like a system itself taking care of your BOM versus entire supply chain management. So that is advantage of the product. Second thing, production management is there, quality is there. If you are OE, if you want to calculate the OE, if you want to calculate your like a quality problems, so that everything can be through the quality management. Then import and export management is there. You are all DGFT kind of statements, your incentive schemes, like your whatever things are there with the transaction, like pre-shipment, post-shipment, the foreign currency fluctuation, everything is taken care through this model. And we do have like a finance and accounting is integrated, account payable, account receivable, then along with that bank reconciliation, then LC and BG. That tracking is very important nowadays. What happens like a BG is already due, but हम लोग उसको देखते नहीं. So these all are the revenue leakages we wanted to remove from your expenses. If I work on that, so at least your 1 to 2% का automatically improvement होना चालू हो जाता है. And good part, like we have the directly integration with the your offline solutions or office solution, like text automatically जाएगा, email automatically जाएगा, supplier को automatically PO चला गया और उसने सामने से माल भेज दिया, तो आपका ऑटोमाइजेशन हो रहा है प्रोसेस में. काफ़ी टाइम क्या होता है, PO बना दिया बट मैंने भेजा ही नहीं, तो 3 दिन के बाद मालूम पड़ रहा है कि PO नहीं गया इसलिए माल नहीं आया, एंड देन ऑल मैनेजर्स आर स्ट्रगलिंग फॉर द मटेरियल्स. सो दैट इज द प्रोसेस. So also I wanted to highlight like how TCS is working for this entire fair work, how they are implementing. So we are going with the 5D methodology. So 5D methodology is nothing but I need to understand what exactly into your business. So we are going into discovery phase. Second, we are designing, means like just we are mapping your processes in a system, where like if you want to start with the basic processes and then slowly you wanted to incorporate like manufacturing and the complex manufacturing, so that way. And third, we are deploying, we are asking users to do transactions, we are supporting them, we are hand-holding them, and after that entire driving will be doing at with the help of the management, and finally we are doing the go live. So in all the process TCS is involved. So as per our experience, last 15 years experience, we have seen like one SME implementation, it may take more than years time, means like they can start operation after 3 months, but entire end-to-end implementation, their results, their balance sheet finalization, it really takes 1 year. So इतना खर्चा कोई भी स्मॉल ERP या फाइनेंशियल पैकेज वाला नहीं कर पाता है, बिकॉज उतना पेशेंस नहीं उनके पास, बिकॉज दे वांट टू रन देयर बिजनेस. दे कैन नॉट स्पेंड कंसल्टेंट आपके पास 6 महीना 8 महीना भेजे, बट TCS रियली पुटिंग दैट एफर्ट, बिकॉज आवर विजन एंड मिशन इज टोटली डिफरेंट. वी वांटेड टू वर्क फॉर SMEs. दैट्स वाई लाइक खर्चा तो करना पड़ेगा, ऐसा नहीं कि सब फ्री में मिलेगा, बिकॉज वी डू हैव आवर फिक्स कॉस्ट, बट वी आर नॉट कंसिडरिंग दोज फिक्स कॉस्ट डायरेक्टली, बिकॉज आवर विजन, दिस इज अ स्ट्रैटेजिक ग्रोथ बिजनेस यूनिट. तो वी नो कि एक SME अपने साथ जुड़ता है जो आज 5 CR का ट्रांजैक्शन हो रहा है, एंड वी हैव सीन लाइक 5 CR से किसी ने चालू किया, 1 CR से जिसने चालू किया, नाउ दे रनिंग मोर देन 100 CR, 150 CR विद इन 3 years, बिकॉज एवरीवनस विजन इज नॉट 1x 2x. नाउ पीपल आर लुकिंग फॉर द 10x विजन, क्योंकि अभी जो मेक इन इंडिया और अदर जो कंसेप्ट के कारण जो चल रहा है मार्केट में, सो पीपल आर रियली गोइंग रैपिडली. So that's why we are taking a very small amount for a small medium enterprises, number of users. So you are seeing like a lot of companies, ERP companies into market, they started with the same subscription methodology, but we already started in 2011. So we are pioneered in that. I would like to highlight you which which micro verticals we are serving. So to be frank, we are serving more than 40 micro vertical, एंड अभी तक कोई भी ERP नहीं कि एक ही जगह पे 40 माइक्रो वर्टिकल के कन्फिग्रेशंस करके देगा, एंड मल्टीपल लीगल एंटिटी के साथ करके देगा, मल्टीपल लोकेशन के साथ करके देगा. एंड गुड पार्ट, लाइक whenever TCS team is implementing, so we are using the change management concept as well. Like one location is in Mumbai, one location is in Ahmedabad, and one location is in Hyderabad, and one location is Tamil Nadu. So we are using all the experts with the local language, because we know change manage happens with the local language. जर मला नाशिकमध्ये जर कोणाला पाहिजे असेल तर मला मराठी बोलता आलं पाहिजे, कारण माझं 90% युजर बेस आहे हा मराठी आहे, आणि मराठीमध्ये जर नाही बोललो तर तो काही करू शकत नाही. त्यामुळे आमची मेथोडॉलॉजी, चेंज मॅनेजची मेथोडॉलॉजी ती आम्ही वापरतो, कारण 30% इम्प्लिमेंटेशन असतं आणि 70% चेंज मॅनेजमेंट असतं कुठल्या ERPला सक्सेस करायचं असेल. तो दिस इज अवर एक्सपिरियन्सेस. So coming on to the micro verticals, we are serving micro verticals like pharma, because pharma need GMP practices should be taken care, their US FDA practices should be taken care, their compliance should be taken care. Then automotive, majority automotive they are selling to the OEMs, tier 1, tier 2, and as well as they are also exporting into the market. So all ACMA related methodology, like Auto Component Manufacturing Association kind of methodology, and now Mahindra programs are happening, substantial program are happening, Tata Motors they are doing some program. So they are also giving the extra weightages if you are having the TCS ion, because they want entire integration should happen through ERP to ERP. Then fabrication industries, then plastic and molding, machine manufacturer, FMCG, chemical, engineering, and other good process industries. Just I would like to highlight you a few like scenarios where this is specifically in Nashik region based scenario. This is a case study. We got this project in like a 3 years, 4 years back. So they wanted to work with the TCS, and their challenges are like a reporting not coming, the lack of production management and the cost management. So after the implementation, after the study of TCS consultant, we have done implementation, and we implemented order to cash, procurement, quality and plant maintenance, and few more modules, import and export. So they are getting value now, everything is streamlined. So daily they are going with more than like a 5,000 transaction plus. This is one of the biggest organization in Nashik industry. They are situated into SEZ. Another is a pharmaceutical organization. They are very special into effervescent. अभी जो हम लोग ले रहे हैं ओजीवा वगैरह जो प्रोडक्ट ले रहे हैं कि पानी में डालो तो फीस वाला जो प्रोडक्ट्स ले रहे हैं, सो सच काइंड ऑफ फार्मास्यूटिकल वेरी गुड वे इज अवेलेबल इन नासिक. सो उनके लिए USFD इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, बैच ट्रेसेबिलिटी इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, GMP compliance is very important. So those kind of understanding we have taken from them, we understood their requirement and we implemented their entire production, sales and procurement, and after that they compliant with the US FDA and they got the US FDA certification. Now they are exporting into the US market, Europe market. Again into auto component. So why I am throwing these case studies, because this is successful studies. Same with the auto components, they are selling into the OEMs, they were facing the challenges, dead inventories काफ़ी हाई था, then their financials उनको क्लैरिटी नहीं था, then supplier से कौन सा पेमेंट आया, कौन सी इनवॉइस का अगेंस्ट नॉक ऑफ करना, वो सारा मालूम नहीं था. तो वी हैव इंटीग्रेटेड विद OEMs ERP, लाइक बैंकिंग के साथ इंटीग्रेट किया थ्रू APIs. नाउ दे आर सुपर फिनिश लेवल. सो एवरीथिंग इज हैपनिंग थ्रू देयर. एंड मेन तो उनका MRP इंप्लीमेंट किया, मटेरियल रिक्वायरमेंट प्लानिंग, वेयर लाइक सप्लाई चेन उनका पूरा कवर हो रहा है. नाउ इजीली दे आर टेकिंग एडिशनल लोड, they are adding the factories, they are adding the machines, because they are getting very good clarity about their supply chain management. So again everybody is asking AI. So ERP तो है, but AI क्या है? ओके AI होना चाहिए, क्योंकि अभी आप मोबाइल से लेके AC से लेके फैन से लेके सब में AI आ रहा है. सो AI करता क्या है काफ़ी लोगों को मालूम नहीं रहेगा, बट AI चाहिए. सो दैट्स वाई TCS इज अ टेक्नोलॉजी कंपनी, वो कैसे पीछे रह सकती है. तो AI इज देयर इन TCS IO, बट उसमें क्या AI है, तो AI विल बी प्रोवाइडिंग यू दी प्रिडिक्टिव एनालिसिस कि आपका क्या प्रॉब्लम हो सकता है. लाइक आपने मशीन्स लिया, मशीन्स का मेंटेनेंस आपका 10 बार हो रहा है, टिपिकली एक बेयरिंग्स के लिए हो रहा है. सिस्टम विल टेल यू कि इसका प्रिडिक्शन ऐसा है कि मशीन का शाफ्ट ही अच्छा नहीं है, देन यू हैव टाइम टू रिप्लेसमेंट. सो दस सच काइंड ऑफ प्रिडिक्टिव एनालिसिस सिस्टम इज गोइंग, बिकॉज system is trying to optimize your OE, system is trying to optimize your supply chain management. So that way, like I have just showing few screenshots जहाँ पे आप देख रहे हैं कि OE को आपको कंपैरिजन मिल रहा है कि लास्ट वीक में क्या था, लास्ट मंथ में क्या था, आप अभी 2% से ज़्यादा आ रहे हैं, 3% से ज़्यादा आ रहे हैं. तो इट शोज लाइक एक्सेलेंस. अल्टीमेटली आवर मोटो इज एक्सेलेंस. सो दैट इज शोइंग. अनदर गुड पार्ट लाइक ऑन टाइम डिलीवरी आपका कितना हो रहा है. सम टाइम लाइक कस्टमर इज आस्किंग मुझे आज चाहिए और हम लोग दे रहे 3 दिन के बाद. अल्टीमेटली वी आर लूजिंग अवर क्रेडिबिलिटी इन टू द मार्केट. सो दैट्स वाई सिस्टम itself showing that detail. And dashboards are very important because it should like a digitized way. डैशबोर्ड्स आपको मिलना चाहिए, डैशबोर्ड्स में समझना चाहिए. तो ये डैशबोर्ड से आप देख सकते हो OE का डिटेल रिपोर्टिंग मिल रहा है 78.4%. So you can analysis and you can working on that part. Just few samples I would like to show here. So TCS has done one survey. Currently we have 1500 plus customer in India. We have done successful implementation. We launched in 2011 and now 2026. We last 14-15 years we are spending lot of effort into the market. We are not doing direct marketing. We want like एक कस्टमर को लो, we have to give a best services and make them happy and then go for next customer. Okay, so that way in Nashik, typically in Nashik we have more than 25 plus customer. So I would like to highlight few logos. Okay, so these logos are very well-known logos in your markets, having turnover like 1 CR to 1000 CR plus 1500 CR plus के logos है. Okay. And also we have very good testimonial, particularly from the Nashik area. So I just would like to highlight you few testimonial. Like we have like a MRP as a model. So typically it helping them. एक क्लाइंट था कि वो मॉर्निंग में डिसाइड करता था कि आज माल अपने यहाँ पे बनाना है या थर्ड पार्टी के पास जाना है. सो ऑलवेज देयर प्रोडक्शन मैनेजर सेज नहीं नहीं हम लोग बाहर से बना लेंगे क्योंकि अपना कैपेसिटी नहीं है. जब भी MRP इम्प्लीमेंट किया तो अभी 99% उनका प्रोडक्शन इन हाउस हो रहा है. सो दे आर सेविंग देयर कॉस्ट. सो आप देखो कि आपका कॉस्ट SME को क्या चाहिए रहता कि कॉस्ट सेविंग होना चाहिए इनिशियल लेवल्स पे, देन एंड देन उनका प्रॉफिटेबिलिटी बढ़ेगा एंड स्लोली स्लोली दे कैन स्पेंड दैट प्रॉफिटेबिलिटी द नेक्स्ट लेवल. So that's why we have received very good response and real experience, real impact. So again, this is a Tata Group company. So we wanted to understand really my customer is satisfied or not, because we do not want to sell into the market. नहीं तो partner लेके हम लोग सो क्या 10,000 कस्टमर लेके चल सकते थे. But again, the Tata culture says कि please take a customer, understand their requirement, make them satisfied. So as of now, from 1500 happy customers are there. Our vision is more than that, but we wanted to go slowly. We do not want to earn the money. We wanted to earn the respect. That is the Tata culture methodology. So as of now, we have completed 93. Means like our CSI factor says 93.40. So I have not manipulated anywhere. मैं 94 भी कर सकता था, but this is a real figure. I wanted to show you 93.40. We have achieved for this quarter. And our vision is to be achieve should be more than 95 to 100%. क्योंकि 100% तो कोई किसी को satisfied नहीं करता है, क्योंकि हर एक का अपना अपना चैलेंज होता है. इवन विद इन फैमिली में भी हम एक दूसरे को नहीं सेटिस्फाई कर पाते. बट स्टिल एज अ ऑर्गेनाइजेशन वी आर मेकिंग दिस सेटिस्फैक्शन लेवल इज 93 प्लस. सो अगेन लास्ट 2 स्लाइड कि स्टार्टअप हो या SME हो तो ऑलवेज हम लोग सोचते हैं बजट बजट, बट बजट कुछ नहीं होता है. अभी नाउ ERP इज़ नॉट लग्जरी, दिस इज़ द नीड ऑफ द टाइम. इंटीग्रेशन पहले क्या होता था, काफ़ी सारे टैक्सेशंस होते थे तो सब मैन्युअली हो जाता था, बट अभी ऑल डिजिटाइज टैक्सेशंस है. सो यू शुड हैव दिस सिस्टम इन प्लेस. देन चेंज रजिस्टर आई सेड कि TCS इज देयर, सो वी विल टेक केयर. Then data security, DCS there, your passport data with TCS, your majority banking data is with TCS. So don't worry about the don't worry about the data. Another is if you are running with the legacy system, so don't worry about the legacy system. We do have that expertise. We can help you how to pull out the data and how to convert into our digitized software. And very important, in initially कनेक्टिविटी काफ़ी इशू था क्योंकि क्लाउड सिस्टम बोलेगा तो इंटरनेट होना चाहिए. बट अभी Tier 2 हो, Tier 3 हो या कोई भी रूरल लोकेशन हो तो अभी इंटरनेट कनेक्शन अच्छा है. वी आर यूजिंग 5G नाउ. द गवर्नमेंट एंड पीपल आर 6G और नेक्स्ट जनरेशन पे काम ही कर रहे हैं. सो देयर इज नो चैलेंज वी आर फेसिंग राइट नाउ. सो की टेक अवे. सो adoption is very important in ERP, and very important कि you should have the right partner for any tool, and that partner should take care about your processes. You should take care about your businesses. Okay, तो अभी तो उल्टा हो रहा है, but we want like our partner means like a TCS will take care about your processes and the results. So wish you all the best for your digital journey. So we as a TCS entire team is available here. If you have any queries, if you want to see any demonstration, we would like to arrange. And TCS का properly 15 से 20 लोग की consultant team is already available in Nashik. So we are on site, we are doing the implementation. Thank you all.
Thank you very much.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you, first of all, to SME Chamber of India, Mr. Mahesh ji and Sakshi ji, for giving me the opportunity to be part of this wonderful Nashik Industry Summit. So, Namaskar Nashik. Myself, Abhay Bajaj. I am working here at NSC as Senior Manager, managing SME listings across Maharashtra and Goa. So, due to shortage of time, I will be moving quite fast. I know it will be very difficult for you to absorb the session in less than 15 to 20 minutes, but I will make sure that you get an insight into what SME IPO is and how you as an entrepreneur can leverage this opportunity to scale your business through this route. So my presentation will cover, I will be covering this presentation in the three parts. First one will be the NSE Emerge. So what is NSE Emerge? What is the platform? How you can use this platform for your business financing needs. Second, I will talk about the eligibility criteria. What are the eligibility criteria from SEBI and from the exchange point of view? And thirdly, I will cover the benefits. What are the benefits of getting listed? So as you can see on the slide, I've already showed here. So this NSE Emerge platform, it started in 2012. But now, since many of the promoters sitting here, they might not be aware of this platform. But this platform, it has gained wider acceptance in last 3 years only. So as you can see, there are total 731 companies listed as on till date from 2012 till now, and out of these 731 companies, more than 50%, 350 plus companies, they have been listed in last 3 years only. So you see the euphoria, you see the wider acceptance which is getting amongst the ecosystem of the capital markets, be it the professions like CA, CS, merchant bankers, or even the promoters itself. They want to know more about how this platform works, and it is evident in the records which we are seeing in this average fundraise. So this is the average fundraise from 2012 till date. It is 31 crores. But last year only we raised 111 companies got listed on NSE Emerge platform, and total sum raised around 5,300 odd crores. So which roughly translates to 48 crores. So average fund raise, it has risen from last 3 years onwards, and last year it was 49 crores. And the total market cap, if you can see from the slide, next previous slide, the total market cap is 2.25 lakh crores, 2.25 lakh crores. And the total companies which have migrated to the main board, they are 159. So which is roughly 25% of the total listed corporates on NSE Emerge platform. So this is the growth chart that I was talking about. In last 3 years only, it has been seen the in the positive growth, where many such companies have come forward, and mostly from tier 2, tier 3 cities as well. Recently, we had one company coming from Lucknow, which raised highest ever IPO, issue size of 214 crores, which was never heard of. And over the last say decade or so, the top 3 cities which are leading the charts, they are in the order of Mumbai, Ahmedabad, and Delhi. So this is the order. But other than these 3 cities, we have seen listings coming from various towns, from Jaipur, from Lucknow I talked about, from West Bengal also. So these are all very upcoming prospects for the SMEs to consider. And let me also highlight one important aspect. There are around 1,500 companies total listed on NSE and BSE combined, out of 5 lakh registered SMEs, so which is hardly 0.4-0.5%. But if you compare it with the main board segment, where you see 6,000 plus companies listed already on the main board segment out of 25,000 large corporates, which is 25%. So there is the conversion gap itself in the Indian capital markets that presents itself as an opportunity for all the professionals who are working in the capital market, be it CA, CS, or even your even the merchant bankers which are there in the market doing this business day in day out. So this presents an opportunity for the entrepreneurs as well to consider this as an alternative apart from the debt financing that we're already availing from different bank financing and NBFCs. But this is the capital which you require at the time of your growth, not as a seed capital. So there is a growth capital where you scale up to a certain extent, and in the next journey you want to seek more finance, but due to some shortage of collateral or some bank policy, you are not able to scale up further. You are stuck in the missing middle, which I call the turnover of in the range of 25 to 100 crores. So this is where the opportunity of equity financing through SME IPO lies with you. So this is where you can use this platform to your good advantage. So this is the slide which I was speaking earlier. That most of the promoters will start their business. They start using unsecured loans taken from friends, relatives, and even from the bank financing. Later on, when they reach up to a certain extent, they require the support of the SME IPO, or through the equity, private equity. You can also raise the funds. And once you get access to these funds, then you pull in various investors into your company, and later on your ultimate objective is to migrate to the main board, where you get wider access to the investors, and which itself builds your credibility and marketability in the market. So coming on to the next segment about eligibility criteria. So यहाँ पे किसी को पता है कि SME IPO भी एक ऑप्शन है? कोई हाथ खड़ा कर सकते हैं यहाँ पे? तो काफी कम लोगों को पता है, या बाकी को पता है, शायद अभी नींद आ रही है तो उठा नहीं रहे हाथ। तो मैं बता देता हूँ, इसमें बहुत ही कम, अगर आप देख रहे होंगे इन द स्लाइड दैट आई एम शोइंग, इट इज वेरी बेसिक क्राइटेरिया, राइट। सो यहाँ पे फर्स्ट एंड फॉरमोस्ट द कंपनी शुड बी अ लिमिटेड कंपनी। एक लिमिटेड कंपनी चाहिए, प्राइवेट लिमिटेड होनी चाहिए या पब्लिक लिमिटेड भी होगा चलेगा, राइट। सेकेंडली, आपका ट्रैक रिकॉर्ड है, द बिजनेस विंटेज, इट शुड बी मिनिमम ऑफ 3 years. Thirdly, the post-issue paid-up capital. The post-issue paid-up capital should not be more than 25 crores. So, which is calculated on the face value of the share, right? So, face value normally 10 rupees पकड़ के चलते हैं. तो post-issue paid-up capital जो आपका आता है, that should not be more than 25 crores. There is not a minimum criteria. There is a maximum threshold. अगर 3 करोड़ 4 करोड़ होगा चलेगा, 25 करोड़ से ज़्यादा नहीं होना चाहिए. अगर 25 के ज़्यादा हुआ, then आप मेन बोर्ड में जाइए, या वहाँ पे आप अप्लाई कर सकते हैं, राइट। या अगर आपका 10 से 25 करोड़ के बीच में है, तब भी आप मेन बोर्ड में अप्लाई कर सकते हैं. यू हैव द ऑप्शन either to go on to the main board or to apply on the SME segment, which is NSE Emerge. And there is a very important concept of market making and underwriting in the SME IPO as well. So prior to that, I will also cover the positive net worth and the FCFE criteria. So that FCFE criteria, free cash flow to equity, this is an exchange exchange regulation. This is not pertaining to the SEBI. So we at an exchange, we want the profits that you are showing in your books, that should be that should not be a reported profit. Means ultimately we want that profit should be real, and the real profit come from the cash, right, from the cash flow that you are generating. So that free cash flow should be a positive figure in at least 2 out of last 3 financial years, right. FCFE, we at an exchange are calculating from the cash flow statement. Later in the slide I will show you how we at exchange are calculating the FCFE. So that should be a positive figure at least in 2 out of last 3 financial years. So these are the 4 basic criteria which I talked about. Secondly, lastly also, in the next slide I will also cover, in the March 25 there were some tightening norms which got introduced. So prior to that we were not having those norms. So in 2024, as you have seen, many of the IPOs which came in the market, they were all in green. All were green in the listing day, and there was a euphoria going on, a fear of missing out. It was a FOMO there. Every investor wanted to be part of SME IPO, wanted to invest in SME IPO in 2024. So then thereafter, the SEBI and the exchange, they tightened the regulation, which I will try to show you here. First 3 points. So there is the calculation of FCFE. Recently, we have added the proceeds from equity capital as well. If you have funded your capex through your equity funding, that is also included now. So recently, we have made the amendment in this FCFE criteria, which will certainly help more companies to become eligible for this criteria and for this SME IPO route. This is all metric coming from the cash flow statement. So yeah, so if you can see from this slide, top 3 points. These are the points which were got tightened, which were introduced post 2024. So effective March 2025. So these were the 3 factors wherein first one is minimum operating profit. So minimum operating profit should be 1 crore in at least 2 out of last 3 financial years. Earlier it was not there. Next, OFS. OFS अब पता है यहाँ पे किसी को what does OFS mean? IPO के बारे में पढ़ते रहते होगे आप न्यूज में. करेक्ट. तो बेसिकली आप बताएंगे थोड़ा खड़े होके एक बार कि क्या होता है फॉर एवरीवन टू. Yes, yes.
So basically, when you look for Nashik, the certain amount is reserved for opportunity as a prospective. You will underwriting it. Then what happens?
So OFS बेसिकली क्या है, जो एक एग्जिस्टिंग शेयर होल्डर है या प्रमोटर है जिसके पास पहले से एक शेयर होल्डिंग है, कुछ शेयर्स हैं, एंड ही इज ऑफलोडिंग हिज स्टेक टू सम अदर न्यू इन्वेस्टर हु इज कमिंग इन द कंपनी, राइट. इट इज मेनली एक्सचेंज ऑफ मनी बिटवीन ऑन आउटगोइंग इन्वेस्टर एंड इनकमिंग इन्वेस्टर. सो कोई कंपनी में पैसा नहीं आ रहा है तो आपस में हम पैसा एक्सचेंज कर रहे हैं, कंपनी में पैसा नहीं आ रहा है, कंपनी पैसा नहीं बना रही है, कंपनी पैसा नहीं बनाएगी तो एसेट नहीं बनेगा, एसेट नहीं बनेगा तो कैश फ्लो नहीं आएगा, कैश फ्लो नहीं आएगा तो प्रॉफिट नहीं आएगा, प्रॉफिट नहीं आएगा तो ग्रोथ कैसे होगी. तो अभी आप देखते होंगे मोस्टली जो मेन बोर्ड कंपनीज आती हैं दे कम विद द लार्ज ओएफएस पोर्शन, जहां पे इफेक्टिव कंपनी में पैसा नहीं आता है. तो यहाँ पे टू सेफगार्ड द इंटरेस्ट ऑफ द इन्वेस्टर्स, बिकॉज मोस्ट ऑफ द इन्वेस्टर्स विच आर इन्वेस्टिंग इन एसएमई आईपीओ दे आर रिटेल एंड एचएनआईज, they are not institutional investors. To protect the interest of those investors, we had proposed the capping. Means SEBI has introduced that capping on the OFS portion. That OFS should be capped at 20%. It should not be more than 20%. अगर आपका इशू साइज 100 करोड़ का है तो 20 करोड़ का OFS ही होगा, इससे ज़्यादा नहीं होगा. 80 करोड़ आपका फ्रेश इशू होगा तो 80 करोड़ आपका कंपनी में पैसा आएगा, और वो कंपनी जहाँ पे वो वर्किंग कैपिटल में लगाना है या डेट रिडक्शन में करना है या कैपेसिटी बिल्ड करना है या उनको कोई सब्सिडरी में इन्वेस्ट करना है या कोई जनरल कॉर्पोरेट पर्पस में कहीं इन्वेस्ट करना है तो दे कैन डू दैट, बट नॉट मोर देन 20 करोड़ वो एक ओएफएस कैपिंग कर दिया है. सर एक बार क्वेश्चन दोबारा बताएंगे क्या है.
नॉर्मली प्राइवेट लिमिटेड में इक्विटी जितना है हेल्ड बाय द प्रोमोटर्स, स्मॉल क्वांटम होगा जो कि फ्री होगा, तो उसमें ये कैसे फिर ओएफएस में कैसे डिवीजन होगा अगर 20% का हम
नहीं, वो आप डिसाइड करोगे, आपका मर्चेंट बैंक का डिसाइड करेगा कि कैसे स्ट्रक्चर करना है, राइट. तो वो एट द टाइम ऑफ मेकिंग द एप्लीकेशन फॉर एट द एक्सचेंज लेवल आपको डीआरएचपी में बताना पड़ता है कि आपको ओएफएस कितना करना है, फ्रेश इशू कितना करना है. वो आपको मर्चेंट बैंकर आपको गाइड करेगा टू स्ट्रक्चर द डील. तो यहाँ पे आप थर्ड आप देखेंगे कि दिस ऑल्सो इंट्रोड्यूस, यहाँ पे एक रिस्ट्रिक्शन भी आया है जहाँ पे आपने अगर कोई अनसिक्योर्ड लोन लिया है फ्रॉम फ्रेंड्स एंड रिलेटिव्स, आपको वो रीपे करना है, राइट. तो आप एसएमई आईपीओ के जो प्रोसीड्स आपके पास आ रहे हैं उससे आप रीपे नहीं कर सकते, वो आपको खुद से रीपे करना है. तो इफेक्टिवली जो मॉनिटरिंग है, जो यूसेज है, इफेक्टिव यूटिलाइजेशन ऑफ फंड्स है, उस पर कहीं ना कहीं मॉनिटरिंग हो रही है कि आपका जो फंड आपको जो मिल रहा है दैट इज गेटिंग यूटिलाइज इन प्रॉपर एंड इफेक्टिव वे इन द ग्रोथ ऑफ द कंपनी. So these were the norms which got introduced in March 25. और अगर यहाँ पे एक डाउट होगा सबको, मैं क्लैरिफाई कर देता हूँ सिंस आई एम स्पीकिंग ऑन द एलिजिबिलिटी क्राइटेरिया। अगर कोई प्रोप्राइटरशिप या पार्टनरशिप फर्म है, राइट, आपके दिमाग में क्वेश्चन होगा कि वो आईपीओ ला सकता है क्या? वो भी ला सकता है। 3 साल मिनिमम चाहिए विंटेज, वो है। बाकी सब नॉर्म्स आपने चेक करे, वो भी है, सब टिक इन द बॉक्स है, ला सकता है। बस ये है कि जो फर्स्ट मैंने बताया था कि प्राइवेट लिमिटेड कंपनी या पब्लिक लिमिटेड कंपनी होनी चाहिए, तो उसको पहले कन्वर्ट करना पड़ेगा। यू हैव टू मेक द कन्वर्जन इनटू अ प्राइवेट लिमिटेड कंपनी और लिमिटेड कंपनी। एक बार आपने कर दिया, फिर आपको 1 साल का पूरा 1 फुल फाइनेंशियल ईयर यू हैव टू वेट। तो सपोज अगर आज की डेट में हम बैठे हैं, आपने आज सोचा कि मुझे आईपीओ लेकर आना है और आपका बिजनेस पुराना है, 10 साल 15 साल से आप कर रहे हैं बिजनेस, तो आज अभी जून 26 में हम बैठे हैं, तो अगर हम आज कन्वर्ट करते हैं तो जून 26 से मार्च 27 विल नॉट बी काउंटेड एज 1 फुल फाइनेंशियल ईयर। तो अप्रैल 27 से मार्च 28 वो फुल फाइनेंशियल ईयर होगा। और मार्च 28 का फाइनेंशियल आपका जून से पहले तो आएगा नहीं, जून के बाद आएगा। तो मोटा मोटा 2 साल आपको वेट करना पड़ेगा। आपका जून 2028 में जाके नंबर आएगा, तब आप एप्लीकेशन फाइल कर सकते हो फॉर एन आईपीओ। So this is the very important point which I wanted to cover for proprietorship and partnership companies or LLP companies as well. उनके पास भी opportunity है, but they have to think fast. तो यहाँ पे मिनिमम अलॉटीज जो आते हैं एट द टाइम ऑफ आईपीओ एप्लीकेशन, तो नंबर मिनिमम अलॉटीज शुड बी 200, राइट? And there is also a capping which also got introduced in March 25 that general corporate purposes जो कहीं पे हम specify नहीं करते हैं कि कहाँ पे fund use होगा, तो there is also a capping on that 15% of the amount raised or 10 crore whichever is lower. So these are all very important aspects which any SME promoter wants to understand. They can go through our website as well. It is already mentioned there. But if you compare it with the main board, this is much easier option for you, because from the compliance point of view, there are less, almost 40% of the compliances if you compare it with the main board. So this is really a springboard for you to taste the capital markets, how capital markets work, and you can eventually migrate to the main board. If you think on the same capital market line, after 3 years minimum after spending 3 years, you can easily migrate to the main board. If you start reporting your financials consistently, you are strong in reporting your disclosures, you are having good corporate governance, you are transparent in all the communication that you are making to your investors. So this is all the consistency and the discipline which any promoter should have while approaching the capital markets. Now coming on to the last part, the benefits of listing. आपने भी रोहित जी से सुना था पहले बैंक फाइनेंसिंग के बारे में, वर्किंग कैपिटल के बारे में। तो वर्किंग कैपिटल ज़रूरी है वेरी मच। आप स्टार्टिंग में व्हेन यू आर स्टार्टिंग योर बिजनेस, आपको डेट का सपोर्ट चाहिए एंड डेट के साथ इंटरेस्ट भी आता है, राइट? बट इवेंचुअली अगर आप और आगे आप बढ़ते हैं, आप स्केल अप करते हैं, आप एक पर्टिकुलर लेवल पे पहुंचते हैं जहाँ पे आपका टर्नओवर एक 25 करोड़ 30 करोड़ वो रेंज में पहुंचता है, देन यू स्टार्ट थिंकिंग कि यार ये डेट मेरा कम हो सकता है क्या, कैसे कम करें डेट। तो यहाँ पे SME IPO आपको एक अपॉर्चुनिटी देता है टू मेक यूज ऑफ इक्विटी फाइनेंसिंग विच इज कम्प्लीटली इंटरेस्ट फ्री, राइट? तो सबसे बड़ा बेनिफिट वही है, यहाँ पे आपको इंटरेस्ट नहीं पे करना है। सेकेंडली, आपके मार्केट में जो आपके जो वेंडर्स हैं, जो आपके कस्टमर्स हैं, जिनसे आप रोज डे इन डे आउट डील कर रहे हैं, यू विल टेंड टू हैव अ मोर बार्गेनिंग पावर विद यू, राइट? आपका अगर एक लिस्टेड क्राइटेरिया आपका स्टेटस है, तो मैनी पीपल विल वांट टू बी एसोसिएटेड विद यू। सो यू कैन बी अ चूजर, राइट? आपके पास चॉइस रहेगी कि आपको किसके साथ बिजनेस करना है. So you will have a right to, you have the power to say no to any vendor or any customer which you don't want, you don't like to work with. You can easily say no, right? And thirdly, आपका जो talent है, जो आपका team है, your team wants to stick with you for a longer period of time, because now since you are a listed entity, people are knowing you, investors are knowing you, and the employees will also feel empowered to work with you more diligently, so that they will also grow with you. तो आप उनको ESOPs दे सकते हैं, stock options दे सकते हैं. That way they will try to be remain with you for a longer period of time. So these are all trends which I already spoke about, the tier 2, tier 3 part. So these are my contact details, and also my teammate, other team member details as well. So I am managing Maharashtra and Goa, as I said it earlier. Other than me, there are 5 more team members who are managing SME listings across different regions. So we have got a very lean team of very 6 people who are managing SME space business development, and we are going out regularly to various seminars, trainings, sessions, wherein we are promoting our own platform NSE Emerge, and we are meeting promoters along with the CA, CS and the merchant bankers to provide them the required advisory support without any profit motive. So this is very important, that we want to work for the benefit of SMEs, and we want potential SMEs to come to our platform, and they can use our guidance and advice also to their benefit. So my reporting authority, Pavati Murthy, she is also sitting in BKC Mumbai alongside me. She is heading the entire SME space. So you can definitely reach out to me or her in case of any advice or query you have. Yeah, sure. Yeah, so this is what we are doing at NSC. We are tying up with various state governments and central governments as well, and we are doing sessions with them as well. And they have also introduced some incentives in terms of the listing fees. They have introduced for the benefit of promoters. You can see from various states which are covered here. Kerala at the top, and maximum up to 1 crore they are incentivizing or reimbursing their listing expenses. So this is really a great booster for them, for the entrepreneurs working in the states. Yeah. So thank you all. Thank you for your patient listening. Any questions you have, I can take here, or we can discuss later once the session ends. Yeah.
What is the real impact on corporate governance and compliance comes after the SME listing?
Okay. So from the SME perspective, so the SEBI LODR, the listing obligation disclosure requirements, so this is applicable for the SME companies to follow the compliances. And as I said, only 40% of the compliances which are laid out in SEBI LODR, they apply to the SMEs. While if you compare it with the main board, there are a whole lot of compliances which they need to fulfill. So in this, the corporate governance report, the requirement of corporate governance report is not required in SME. And also there are some related party transactions up to a certain threshold, it is not required. But if it crosses a minimum threshold, then they need to disclose it properly in accordance with the main board criteria. And so there are quite relaxed regulations. You can refer LODR 2015, or you can consult any CS for that matter. They will definitely guide you what compliances they are regularly following. Because we at an exchange, we have a compliance calendar. So we roll out and we give it to them, to every CS company, a CS of the company who is working on the compliances. So they follow each and every date basis on that, and they comply with that. Okay. Thank you.
Is there any special company and a single person company also list
No, sir. It should have been a private limited or a limited company, private or public limited. सर मर्चेंट बैंकर आपके साथ जुड़ता है स्टार्टिंग से व्हेन ही गेट्स द मैंडेट ऑफ यू गेटिंग दी योर कंपनी लिस्टेड. अगर आपकी कंपनी पूरी रेडी है, सपोज आपके फाइनेंशियल्स ऑलरेडी दे आर प्रॉपरली इन शेप एंड दे आर लुकिंग गुड इनफ टू बी गेट लिस्टेड, तो उनको 6 से 8 महीने लग जाते हैं करने में. बट अगर अब उसमें कुछ आपके प्रॉफिट्स जो हैं दे आर इफ दे आर अंडर रिपोर्टेड, जो नॉर्मली हम देखते हैं, द प्रॉफिट्स आर नॉट वेरी ट्रांसपेरेंट, दे नॉट अप टू व्हाट कैपिटल मार्केट वांट्स, फिर उसमें आपको 2 साल लग ही जाएंगे करते करते टू क्लीन अप.
Thank you. Thank you.
One more question, last question.
इनिशियली वो कैसा रखा जाए, जो अभी आपने कहा कि बैंक हिस्ट्री क्लियर करने में 1-2 साल निकल जाता है, स्टार्टिंग से रिकॉर्ड कैसे रखा जाए कि ये चीज़ें वो करें.
सर कंप्लायंस का ही बात आ गई ना. अगर आप कंप्लायंस को साथ में लेके चलोगे, इफ यू ट्रीट कंप्लायंस एज योर फ्रेंड, तो फिर आपको प्रॉब्लम नहीं आएगी. सर शीट तो नहीं है, ये आपके रूल्स हैं, कॉमन चेक पॉइंट्स हैं, जो आपके जो सीए भी हैं दे विल ऑल्सो गाइड यू ऑन दैट एज वेल, कि प्रॉपरली डॉक्यूमेंटेड रहना चाहिए. एवरीथिंग शुड बी फेयरली एकदम ट्रांसपेरेंट होना चाहिए इन द डिस्क्लोजर्स एज वेल. एंड आपका जो टीम स्ट्रक्चर है, प्रोफेशनल्स आपको हायर करने चाहिए. अगर आप वैसे आप देखें कि एक लाला ड्रिवन कंपनी है और एक प्रमोटर एक प्रोफेशनल ड्रिवन कंपनी है, तो प्रोफेशनल ड्रिवन कंपनी के मार्क्स ज़्यादा हैं. इफ़ यू गेट इनटू द कैपिटल मार्केट्स, तो यहाँ पे प्रोफेशनलिज्म को ज़्यादा तवज्जो दी जाती है. लाला ड्रिवन कंपनी, आप प्रॉफिट कमा रहे हैं, कैश कमा रहे हैं, यू आर टेकिंग योर प्रॉफिट एट योर होम, but not to the public, not to the investors. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, organizers, for giving me a chance to present and demonstrate our products. Like everyone which is present here knows about Toyota. What Toyota offers to you, it is complete reliability, it is complete comfort, safety, performance, all criteria that you are looking for in your car, that Toyota complies. Being the world's strongest and largest manufacturer, Toyota present in India, they are offering you cars like Toyota Innova, which is a flagship model of Toyota, Toyota Camry, Toyota Fortuner, Toyota Prius, Toyota Hyryder, Glanza, Rumion, a line of products where you will get all your investment and like value for money products. Being in Vasan family, Vasan Toyota is currently present in Mumbai, Navi Mumbai, Panvel, Nashik, Malegaon, Ahilyanagar, and where our service sales outlets like it is called a T-Spush outlet, which is in Ulve, Mahad, Vadkai, Alibag, Nifad, Srigonda, Sangamner, and recently we are open in Sinnar also. This one is our current Toyota dealership in Nashik. This is the photo of 2000 where it was the original setup. In 2013, it is renovated. Its facility has been expanded for catering demands. These are the body and paint department and first 4 photo of our current dealership. Body and paint department expanded from 6 bays to 13 bays on first floor. Okay, this one is our outlet of Ahilyanagar, where you will get all sales, service, spare part services. This regional offices we have situated in Malegaon, Nifad and Srigonda, where you will get service facility also with service and body and paint department. This one is our newly open Sinnar T-Spush outlet, where you will get the information about sales and what are the models available with us. This is for our Shirdi outlet, and this is Sangamner outlet. Through different variants like Toyota Hyrider, Toyota Teaser, Toyota Glanza, Toyota is catering needs of basic entry level segment which starts from 8.20 from onwards. Okay, Toyota Hyrider comes with say petrol option also. Okay, petrol with manual transmission, petrol with automatic transmission, CNG option is also there, and where you will get a Toyota hybrid technology also, which is Toyota's largest selling cars currently in India, where you will get all the safety, comfort, performance loaded features including self-charging vehicles like hybrid technology, where like EVs you won't be you need not to plug it for 2 hours, 3 hours, 7 hours, 8 hours to charge the vehicle. Whenever your car will be in motion, car will get automatic, battery will get automatically self-charged, where you will get the warranty for Toyota hybrid will be 8 years or 1,60,000 kilometer. Through Toyota Glanza, you are having the option like Toyota manual transmission also, automatic transmission also, CNG is also there. It is power packed and it is with feature loaded technology features. Toyota Tizer, you will get a 1.2 liter option, 1 liter turbo petrol option is there, where you will get the safety feature like ABS, ABD, brake assist, 6 airbags. These are the standard across the all variants. Again, as per my previous statement, like it is available in manual transmission as well as automatic CNG. You will get a best in its class fuel efficiency like 22.79 for manual transmission, 21.18 for automatic transmission, and 28.5 per kg respectively. You will get a Toyota iconic features also, where one application is there. If अगर आपके पास में टोयोटा कार है, आपने वो एप्लीकेशन डाउनलोड करना है, you will get a 55 plus features where you can operate your car features as well as your service history is also there, as well as you can take a online appointment also, you can choose a dealer, you can pay online through that also. Okay, it is available in 5 single tone colors, 3 dual tone colors, and 5-year comprehensive roadside assistant also. Toyota Rumian, which is again becoming a Toyota's flagship model for mid segment IMV segment, which is 7-seater basically. It is with dual tone upholstery, AC roof mounted AC is there. You can get a versatility like you can fold seat as per your convenience. It is loaded with ABS, ABD, brake assist, safety features are there also there. You will get a economy for petrol will be 20.51, 20.11 for automatic transmission, and 26.11 per kg for CNG option is also there. Toyota Innova Crista, everyone knows about it. It is again Toyota's legendary flagship model, which comes with projector LED headlamps, 7 airbags, ABS, EBD, brake assist, like an plush leather luxurious cabin, ambient illumination, foldable seats, much more options for you, which is a feature pack model again, which is give a best in its class economy with power also. Again, Innova's legendary Toyota Innova High Cross is there. It is comes with normal petrol option also, with automatic transmission only, and with hybrid technology also, where you will get 6 airbag, panoramic sunroof, 360-degree camera, alloys, 18-inch alloys are there. It is with many other like foldable seat options are also there, panoramic sunroof is also there. You will get a benefits for like hybrid technology where economy get enhanced is in comparison with petrol or other diesel cars. Industry based manufacturer warranty is there. It is 3 years or 1 lakh kilometer, which is standard across all Toyota variants. And if you want to increase that warranty, you can extend that warranty up to 2,20,000 kilometer or so. Toyota Fortuner, again a Toyota's flagship model, which is a pure SUV. You can test it. It is available with 2-wheel drive as well as 4-wheel drive option is also there. Toyota Legender is also there, which is again available in automatic transmission as well as manual transmission. 4x4 is another option for you. Like it is a pure presence on SUV segment, presence on road. There are certain consumer offers that we are offering to our customers. Like for this monsoon, we are offering in basic A segment vehicle or B segment vehicle up to 70,000 rupees offer is there, which is bifurcated in like exchange bonus is up to 20,000 rupees, on road benefit is up to 50,000 rupees. Total benefit of exchange and on road benefit will be more than 70,000 rupees. You will get also a referral scheme also. If you refer any customer to us, we will incentivize it through gift vouchers. Thank you so much, all of you.
Hello all. I think that we have started by 3 p.m. और भाई हुए ये तो घंटे हुए अभी तक, है ना? बट हमने बहुत सारी बातें सुनी, बहुत सारी बातें समझी. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल थैंक यू सो मच साक्षी मैम, महेश जी फॉर शेयरिंग दिस प्लेटफॉर्म विथ मी. कुछ बताना चाहूँगी. आई एम दीपाली चांडक, आई एम MSME कंसल्टेंट. अब जो मेरे पास है, जो प्रेजेंटेशन है, जो चीज़ें हैं, that all is related to the MSME. So micro, small and medium. I am really not aware with the specification criteria about who are belongs to the micro, small और medium. और आप लोगों की जो लोग पहचान के काफ़ी उन लोगों की sectorial differences I know that. बट इट वुड बी रियली हेल्पफुल फॉर मी. मेरे पास 20 मिनट्स तो है, लेकिन मुझे इतने टाइम की ज़रूरत है नहीं वैसे. बट मुझे अगर आप लोग थोड़ा भी शेयर कर पाए कि आप लोग किस सेक्टर से बिलोंग करते हैं और क्या आप लोगों को MSME की डेफिनेशंस के बारे में, क्राइटेरिया के बारे में पता है. आर यू ऑल अवेयर विद कि हम MSME हैं तो हम माइक्रो में आते हैं, हम स्मॉल में कि हम मीडियम में? आर यू ऑल अवेयर विद? I hope everyone is aware with, right? And if anyone can share me the sector, so I can take those government departments which are really useful for you. Otherwise, we have number of government departments, those who are offering services or the schemes or the benefits for the MSME. तो अगर मुझे पता हो सेक्टर तो हम उन सेक्टर से चले, उन एग्जाम्पल से चले तो शायद आप लोगों के लिए इमीडिएटली पॉसिबल. Yes, manufacturing, but exact sector. Equipments? Okay, fine. Anyone else? Equipment? UV printing. Okay. Anyone else who would like to share? Metals? Perfect. Sorry? Agriculture? Agricultural equipments? Pesticides? Fine. Engineering services. Achha, engineering services. Okay, fine. Fine. Let me come with that. Being we as in a micro, small and medium industry, how many of we all are in touch with NSIC, the National Small Industries Corporation? How many of we? One. See, this department belongs to the Central MSME Ministry and it's offering all types of services which would be really useful for all of us फ्रॉम सेंट्रल मिनिस्ट्री, सेंट्रल MSME मिनिस्ट्री. और मैं आप सब लोगों को बता दूं कि 5 डिस्ट्रिक्ट को नासिक NSIC ऑफिस कैटर करता है और नासिक NSIC ऑफिस क्लोज टू ITI सिग्नल, क्लोज टू DIC. और ये जलगांव, हम लोग कहेंगे धुलिया, देन 5 डिस्ट्रिक्ट को कैटर अहिल्यानगर, और उन सब लोगों को नासिक आना पड़ता है, ऑनलाइन सर्विसेज लेनी पड़ती. वी ऑल आर बिलोंग्स टू नासिक. मुझे लगता है हम लोगों को तो NSIC पूरी तरह से यूज कर ही लेना चाहिए. सो व्हाई NSIC हेल्प अस? हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू वुड लाइक टू वर्क विद गवर्नमेंट? और कितने लोग गवर्नमेंट के साथ ऑलरेडी काम करते हैं? गवर्नमेंट को सप्लाई करते हैं, गवर्नमेंट को प्रोडक्ट देना चाहते हैं, दे रहे हैं यहाँ पे 2 या 3 लोग। एंड हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू वुड लाइक टू कनेक्ट विद गवर्नमेंट? कितने लोग अपने प्रोडक्ट और सर्विसेज गवर्नमेंट को देना चाहते हैं, है ना? हम लोग देना चाहते हैं, लेकिन वी आर नॉट अवेयर विद कि भाई सुना तो है, हमारे सारे कॉम्पिटिटर्स कनेक्टेड तो है, बट इसका रास्ता कहाँ से हो, शुरुआत कहाँ से हो। हम एनएसआईसी के बारे में बाद में बात करेंगे, लेकिन हम पहले बात करते हैं पब्लिक प्रोक्योरमेंट पॉलिसी। पब्लिक प्रोक्योरमेंट पॉलिसी इज द पॉलिसी वेयर एमएसएमई मिनिस्ट्री ने बोला है कि जो भी एमएसएमई गवर्नमेंट के साथ काम करना चाहे, जो भी माइक्रो स्मॉल एंड मीडियम इंडस्ट्री गवर्नमेंट को अपना प्रोडक्ट और सर्विसेज सप्लाई करना चाहे, उन लोगों को गवर्नमेंट डिपार्टमेंट में 25% रिजर्वेशन है। और हम लोगों को पता नहीं है, उन 25% में भी विमेन एंटरप्रेन्योर्स को 3% रिजर्वेशन है, और एससी एसटी कैटेगरी एंटरप्राइजेस को 4% रिजर्वेशन है। तो ये रिजर्वेशन का मतलब क्या हुआ? कोई लार्ज स्केल कंपनी एग्रीकल्चरल प्रोडक्ट, पेस्टिसाइड्स के एग्जांपल ले, या अगर कोई और इलेक्ट्रिकल सर्विसेज का, इंजीनियरिंग सर्विसेज की बात करें, तो अगर कोई लार्ज स्केल कंपनी गवर्नमेंट का कोई टेंडर बिल करती है, गवर्नमेंट के कोई प्रोसेस में एंटर करती है, और लार्ज स्केल कंपनी, हम छोटू से एग्जांपल्स के साथ चलते हैं, लार्ज स्केल कंपनी उस चीज़ को 100 रुपीज़ से पे करती है, ठीक है? बाकी आप लोग हैं, हम लोगों ने भी टेंडर बिल किया, हम लोग भी सिमिलर क्राइटेरिया कैटेगरी को एलिजिबल में जाते हैं और हम सप्लाई कर सकते हैं। हमने टेंडर बिल किया है 120 से, राइट? तो हम तो L1 है नहीं, हम अपने आप ही सिस्टम से बाहर है। एग्री? L1 इज अ लार्ज स्केल कंपनी। ऑफकोर्स उन लोगों को परवड़ता है, उन लोगों के वेयर हाउसेस है, उन लोगों का प्रोडक्शन कैपेसिटी बड़ा है, एवरीथिंग इज ग्रेट। इन दैट पिक्चर यहाँ पे गवर्नमेंट हमको एमएसएमई बोलता है 25% रिजर्वेशन में लेता है, और L1 प्लस 15% के साथ हमको गवर्नमेंट में इंट्रोड्यूस करता है। लेकिन होता क्या, हमने भरा है 120, डिफरेंस इज फॉर 20%। गवर्नमेंट विल कॉल अस, गवर्नमेंट विल टॉक टू अस एंड दे सेज कि भाई आप अगर 115 रुपीज में, माइन L1 रिसीव्ड L1 इज 100, 15% मोर 115 में अगर आप काम करने को राजी है, तो आप उस 25% क्राइटेरिया में फिट बैठ जाते हो, और उस लार्ज स्केल कंपनी को काम नहीं मिलता है। And this is the beauty of public procurement policy, where you can enjoy the benefit of MSME जब तक आप 500 करोड़ टर्नओवर के नीचे हो। It's agree? Everyone understood? अब बात करता है विमेन रिजर्वेशन 3%, SC/ST 4%, अमंग MSME का 25%। अब आपने सर ने भर लिया 115 में, मुझे भी कॉल आ गया, बिकॉज आई एम ऑल्सो MSME। मुझे भी कॉल आ गया कि भाई मैम अगर आप भी 115 में काम कर सकते हो तो देखो। आई कैलकुलेटेड एंड आई सेज यस, है ना? सर को नहीं मिलेगा काम, मुझे मिलेगा, बिकॉज आई अगेन पार्ट इसमें 3%, 25% में भी कंपार्टमेंट है 3% का, वेर वुमेन प्रिफर्ड इजीली। और वुमेन ड्रिवन कंपनी के लिए चाहिए जो भी आपका पार्टनर, जो भी आपका कॉन्ट्रीब्यूशन है डायरेक्टर लॉबी में, पार्टनर सिस्टम में, वहां पे सिर्फ 51% एंड मोर इज अ वुमेन ड्रिवन कंपनी। होप आई एम क्लियर विद दिस, है ना? अब बात करते हैं कि मेरे प्रोडक्ट या मेरे सर्विसेज गवर्नमेंट के किस डिपार्टमेंट को चाहिए, हमको कैसे पता चलेगा? आई मैन्युफैक्चर खाखरा, काफी लोगों को पता है ना? आई मैन्युफैक्चर खाखरा मेरा कंसल्टेंसी सर्विसेज है, बट मेरा अंबड़ में यूनिट है मैन्युफैक्चरर खाखरा, वी सप्लाई टू गवर्नमेंट। नाउ एवरीवन फील्स वंडर कि भाई खाखरा क्यों चाहिए गवर्नमेंट को? गवर्नमेंट को क्या करना है खाखरे का? गवर्नमेंट को हर वो प्रोडक्ट चाहिए जो आपको और मुझे चाहिए, बट वो हमें समझेगा कैसे कि हमारा प्रोडक्ट और हमारी सर्विसेज गवर्नमेंट को कब चाहिए, कौन से डिपार्टमेंट को चाहिए, किस स्टेट में चाहिए। और उसके लिए सबसे पहले बात करेंगे अंडर पब्लिक प्रोक्योरमेंट पॉलिसी, हम सबसे पहले बात करेंगे, हमने सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट का 25% परचेस ऑफ एसएमई तो समझ लिया, हम बात करते हैं एमएसएमई संबंध की। एमएसएमई संबंध इज अ पोर्टल, ऑन दिस पोर्टल इफ यू विजिट तो यू विल आइडेंटिफाई 2026-27 में किस गवर्नमेंट डिपार्टमेंट को क्या क्या प्रोक्योरमेंट करना है, कौन से प्रोडक्ट और कौन से सर्विसेज का प्रोक्योरमेंट करना है, और एज वेल एज उसका क्वांटिटी या उसका अमाउंट का टारगेट कितना है। आई होप यू ऑल आर अवेयर विद। अब बात करती हूँ मैं मेरे खाखरा से, वापस एग्जांपल लेती हूँ। मैंने ढूंढा यहाँ पे, और मैंने कितना भी जेम पोर्टल पे रजिस्टर किया, मैंने कितने भी टेंडर सर्च किए, इफ आई सर्च खाखरा आई विल नेवर गेट एनी ऑर्डर। बट जब मैंने संबंध देखा तो संबंध में मुझे दिखा कि फ्यू गवर्नमेंट डिपार्टमेंट नीड्स इंडियन बेक स्नैक्स। क्या मेरा प्रोडक्ट इस कैटेगरी में फिट होता है? यस, इट्स फिट। एंड एट दैट टाइम आई रजिस्टर्ड ऑन दिस पब्लिक MSME संबंध। मैंने अपने डिटेल्स डाले, मैंने रजिस्ट्रेशन करवाया, मैंने खाखरा लिखा ही नहीं भाई, मैंने लिखा आई एम ऑफरिंग इंडियन बेक स्नैक्स। और वहाँ से मुझे ईमेल्स आना स्टार्ट हुआ, वहाँ से मुझे सब्सक्रिप्शन आना शुरू हुआ कि ये डिपार्टमेंट में इस प्रोडक्ट की, आपके प्रोडक्ट की ज़रूरत है, ये डिपार्टमेंट में आपके प्रोडक्ट की ज़रूरत है। एंड देन यू विल कम टू नो दैट कि आपका प्रोडक्ट, आपकी सर्विसेज कौन कौन से डिपार्टमेंट में रिक्वायर्ड है। दिस पार्ट इज ओके, पहला हर्डल ओके। नाउ लेट्स कम टुवर्ड्स टू दी, अब MSME संबंध पे तो आ गए, अब करना क्या है? अब हम जाएंगे ई प्रोक्योरमेंट पोर्टल पे। अब हम ई प्रोक्योरमेंट पोर्टल पे अपनी कंपनी को रजिस्टर करेंगे। वहां पे हम रजिस्टर करेंगे विदाउट अ सिंगल चार्जेस। हम ई प्रोक्योरमेंट पोर्टल पे रजिस्टर करते हुए व्हाट आई विल ऐड अबाउट माय प्रोडक्ट, am I going to add the word khakra? No, I am going to add the word Indian baked snacks. Hope you all can understand. जैसे अभी सर ने बताया, हम एक डिजिटल दुनिया में रहते हैं और कंप्यूटर कीवर्ड्स से सर्च करता है। सो हमारा कीवर्ड्स, हमारे स्पेलिंग, हमारे हैशटैग, ये कितने प्रॉपर होने चाहिए, ये चीज़ हमको ये सारे पोर्टल्स बताती है। यहाँ पे कोई बंदा, आप फिल्टर ही हो जाओगे। मैंने खाकरा डाला, मैंने फिल्टर ही हो जाना है, क्योंकि खाकरा ये वर्ड वो सर्च ही नहीं करना है ना। सो यहाँ पे हम समझेंगे कि कौन सा कीवर्ड्स हमारी इंडस्ट्री सेक्टर के लिए, हमारे टाइप के लिए परफेक्ट है। एंड देन वी विल रजिस्टर आवरसेल्फ इन ई प्रोक्योरमेंट पोर्टल। हम जैसे ही ई प्रोक्योरमेंट पोर्टल पे चले जाएंगे, वैसे ही इन डिपार्टमेंट्स में से जो भी डिपार्टमेंट उन प्रोडक्ट और सर्विसेज की प्रोक्योरमेंट को लिस्ट करेगा, उसका टेंडर निकालेगा, हमको ईमेल आ जाएगा, हमको मैसेज आ जाएगा, है ना। अब बात करते हैं, हमको ये टेंडर बीड करना है, हमको पार्टिसिपेट होना है टेंडर प्रोसेस में। ई प्रोक्योरमेंट पोर्टल से मतलब टेंडरिंग प्रोसेस से तो आप टेंडर कर ही लोगे, और नहीं तो अब गवर्नमेंट जेम पोर्टल को इंट्रोड्यूस किया है काफ़ी सालों से। हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू आर ऑलरेडी ऑन जेम पोर्टल? जो गवर्नमेंट के साथ काम कर रहा है उसको तो कंपलसरी, उसको तो आना ही है, लेकिन जो नहीं कर रहा है और जिसको करना है, बिलीव मी, please, GEM is an opportunity for you. Yes, GEM has its own complications, GEM has its own difficulty to understand, लेकिन ये पोर्टल आज नहीं तो कल हमको सीखना ही है। ये टेक्नोलॉजी हमको अडॉप्ट करनी ही है। हम अपने आप को जेम पोर्टल पे ले आएंगे और जेम पोर्टल के थ्रू हम हर वो बिड को पार्टिसिपेट करेंगे वेरी ट्रांसपेरेंटली। अब हम टेंडर प्रोसेस से नहीं जाएंगे, हम जेम से जाएंगे। क्यों भाई, दोनों भी जगह से तो हम टेंडर ही भरने वाले, हम जेम से क्यों जाएं, है ना। नहीं करना है, नहीं सीखना है जेम। टेंडर प्रोसेस वाले बहुत सारे कंसल्टेंट है, टेंडर भर के दे देते हैं। क्यों मैडम कट करनी है, जेम देखा इतना कॉम्प्लिकेटेड है, समझ में नहीं आ रहा है। हम जेम से क्यों जाएंगे पता है? क्योंकि जेम हमको, जब हमारा टेंडर ओपन होगा, जब हमारा बिड ओपन होगा, तो जेम हमको ये दिखाता है, जो आपका टेंडर नहीं दिखाता, जेम हमको ये दिखाता है कि भले मुझे टेंडर नहीं मिला, ठीक है, पर L1 कौन था, L2 कौन था, L3 कौन था। इससे मुझे क्या पता चलेगा बताओ? कॉम्पिटिटर्स पता चलेंगे और वो लोग क्या रेट से बीड किए हैं वो पता चलेगा। इज इट ईजी फॉर मी टू इंट्रोस्पेक्ट माई ओन कॉस्टिंग पैरामीटर्स कि भाई इसको कैसे परवड़ता है 100 रुपए में देना, मुझे क्यों नहीं परवड़ता है? Did I introspect myself? Yes. And that's why we have to go through JEM instead of traditional conventional tender processing methodologies. Okay? और यहाँ पे और एक लिस्ट है, रिजर्वेशन लिस्ट और 358 प्रोडक्ट्स। ये 358 प्रोडक्ट्स को अभी 364 में आ गया है। और ये जो लिंक है, अगर आप लोगों का कोई ग्रुप बना है, दिस प्रेजेंटेशन आई वुड लाइक टू शेयर विद द मैम, और ये लिंक अगर आप रख लो, गूगल कर लीजिए, आपको ये लिंक मिल जाएगा, आप ये चेक कर लो। यहाँ पे आपको पूरा 358 और 64 प्रोडक्ट का लिस्ट मिलेगा। ये लिस्ट में जो भी प्रोडक्ट है, उन प्रोडक्ट को जब भी गवर्नमेंट डिपार्टमेंट ने प्रोक्योर करना है, परचेस करना है, उनको मैंडेटरी क्राइटेरिया है कि वो MSME से ही लेना है। सो अगर हमारा प्रोडक्ट इस कैटेगरी में फिट होता है तो हमको तो बाय डिफॉल्ट मैंडेट है। हम 25% नहीं, हम 100% रिजर्वेशन में जाते हैं इन 358 प्रोडक्ट्स के लिए। सो आई एम क्लियर विद दिस स्लाइड, राइट? किसी के सवाल है यहाँ से लेके? तो हम यहीं पे क्लियर करेंगे। एनीवन वुड लाइक टू आस्क एनीथिंग रिलेटेड टू दिस अबाउट पब्लिक प्रोक्योरमेंट पॉलिसी? नहीं, the links and everything are mentioned, so it would be easy for you to track or easy for you to check. अब देख लीजिए आपके प्रोडक्ट सर्विसेज को क्या नाम से वो लोग डिक्लेयर करते हैं। फाइन, नाउ लेट्स कम टू NSIC। अब NSIC की बात करते हैं। सबसे पहली NSIC की ऑफरिंग है। जो लोग काफ़ी 2 या 3 लोग NSIC से कनेक्टेड है, बट बिलीव मी, NSIC इज फॉर मी, फॉर अस। इफ आई एम MSME, NSIC इज फॉर मी। ये वो गवर्नमेंट डिपार्टमेंट है जिसके साथ हमें जुड़ा रहना है टू अंडरस्टैंड कि ये लोग हमारे लिए क्या लेकर आए हैं, गवर्नमेंट हमारे लिए क्या लेकर आया है। और NSIC का सबसे बेहतरीन पोर्टल है फॉर द इंजीनियरिंग एंड फॉर अदर्स प्रोडक्ट एंड सर्विसेज, दैट इज B2B पोर्टल। नाउ प्लीज रजिस्टर योर प्रोडक्ट एंड सर्विसेज ऑन B2B पोर्टल। अभी तो शायद कोई 75% ऑफ का स्कीम भी चल रहा है, सो यू कैन इजीली रजिस्टर्ड ऑन दैट। इफ़ यू रजिस्टर्ड ऑन B2B पोर्टल, तो जो भी कंपनीज है, मुझे बताओ, बड़ी कंपनीज है, भले प्राइवेट कंपनीज हो या गवर्नमेंट लिस्टेड कंपनीज हो, उन लोगों का छोटा काम है। अगर मानिए 10 लाख तक का है परचेस, कुछ डिपार्टमेंट को 5 लाख का लिमिट है, उसके लिए उनको टेंडर वेंडर निकालने की जरूरत नहीं है, वो लोग डायरेक्ट परचेस कर सकते हैं। एग्री? या नज़दीक में कोई बड़ी कंपनी है, बड़ी कंपनी को काम करवाना है, लोकल मार्केट से करवाना है, नज़दीक से करवाना है, दे आर लुकिंग फॉर स्पेसिफिक प्रोडक्ट और सर्विसेज। भाई वहाँ का प्रोक्योरमेंट हेड किसे ढूंढने जाए? बताओ, किसे, कहाँ जाए ढूंढने को? कोई एसोसिएशन में कांटेक्ट करे, किधर ढूंढे वो आपको? वो जाता है NSIC के पोर्टल पे, B2B सर्विसेज में चेक करता है, उसको जो प्रोडक्ट चाहिए फिल्टर लगाता है, उसको दिख जाते हैं 4-5 लोग, उन लोगों को रिक्वेस्ट मेल भेज देता है, भाई आपका कोटेशन भेज दो। और ये B2B पोर्टल पे जाने का तरीका बहुत आसान है। वी जस्ट हैव टू विजिट टू NSIC पोर्टल एंड रजिस्टर आवरसेल्फ इन SPRS, दैट इज द सिंगल पॉइंट रजिस्ट्रेशन स्कीम। सिंगल पॉइंट रजिस्ट्रेशन स्कीम में 2 तरह के होते हैं, एक विदाउट असेसमेंट और एक होता है विद असेसमेंट। आई टेल यू, प्लीज गो विद असेसमेंट वाला क्राइटेरिया। वाई? असेसमेंट का फीस लगेगा, टाइम कंज्यूमिंग प्रोसेस है, ओके। लेकिन गवर्नमेंट ऑफिसर्स थर्ड पार्टी एंगल से हमारा असेसमेंट करवाएंगे, हमारी कैपेसिटी चेक करेंगे, हमारा प्रोडक्शन क्राइटेरिया, स्पेसिफिकेशंस, क्वालिटी, एवरीथिंग दे विल चेक एंड दे विल अपडेट एवरीथिंग ऑन B2B पोर्टल। सो एट दैट टाइम महिंद्रा को अगर मुझे ऑर्डर देनी है, भाई बहुत बड़ी यूनिफॉर्म स्टिच करने की बहुत बड़ी ऑर्डर देनी है, पर क्या वो मेरा कैपेसिटी है, ये उसको यहाँ से पता चलता है। So that's why NSIC is equally important for us to visit, to connect, right? अब बात करते हैं कंसोर्शिया मार्केटिंग की। एक के बाद रॉ मटेरियल असिस्टेंट स्कीम है उनका, लेकिन जब आप अधिक जानेंगे उसके बारे में, तो कितने लोग ऐसे हैं कि जिनको हमेशा वर्किंग कैपिटल की दिक्कत होती है। जब देखो तब यार CC का खत्म हो गया है, जब देखो तब ऐसा, थैंक यू सर, जब देखो तब ऐसा लगता है कि रॉ मटेरियल वाले यार क्रेडिट ही नहीं दे रहे। अगर ये दिक्कत है तो वी कैन मीट टू NSIC. NSIC offers us 3 months credit. They pay to our raw material vendor and we get 3 months credit with the help of NSIC. So we must have to check what NSIC is offering. Yes, of course, NSIC charges us rate of interest, ठीक है ना, पर हम तो CC ऑलरेडी ओवर ऑक्यूपाई कर चुके, ओवरड्राफ्ट भी हो गया उसके ऊपर। अब तो बैंक ने लोन देना नहीं है, अभी भी मटेरियल परचेस करना है, तो कैन वी यूज NSIC? यस। अब नेक्स्ट इज दी B2B पोर्टल आई हैव शेयर। ट्रेड फेयर्स एंड एग्जीबिशन की बात करें तो NSIC के पास हाल वो स्कीम बंद है, लेकिन वी होप कि इस साल के मिडवे तक आएगा। NSIC आपको इंडिया में और इंडिया के बाहर, अगर आप MSME हो, इंडिया और इंडिया के बाहर एग्जीबिशन के लिए भेजता है विद 90% सब्सिडी। आपको 90% खर्चा एग्जीबिशन का आपको वापस मिलता है, जिसके अंदर स्टॉल का खर्चा, जाने आने का खर्चा और फ्यू पार्ट ऑफ ट्रांसपोर्ट, जो आपको अगर कुछ प्रोडक्ट सैंपल्स लेकर जाने हैं तो वो NSIC के अंदर मिलता है। साल के 4 एग्जीबिशन मिलते हैं। सो इज इट नॉट एन अपॉर्चुनिटी फॉर MSME कि चलो हम इंडिया के बाहर का छोड़ देते हैं, अभी प्रगति मैदान में या भारत मंडपम में बड़ा एग्जीबिशन लगा है रिलेटेड टू माई प्रोडक्ट एंड सर्विसेज। स्टॉल की मैं इंक्वायरी करूँ तो पता चलता है यार 1.5 लाख रुपए का तो स्टॉल ही है, ऊपर से दिल्ली जाना रहना, 1 हफ्ते के लिए वो खर्चा, यहाँ से जाएंगे, सब प्रोडक्शन फैसिलिटी को थोड़ा कॉम्प्रोमाइज़ करेंगे, वहाँ जाके रुकेंगे, करेंगे, और फिर इतना खर्चा करने के बाद भी वहाँ से कोई B2B का बड़ा ऑर्डर आता है तो चलो कुछ समझे, कुछ कॉम्पेंसेट किए. बट राइट नाउ वी आर नॉट श्योर वी कैन हेल्प or we can take the help of NSIC. NSIC is not only the single department who is offering to you the entrance to the exhibition. There is one more department, that is MSME DFO department. उनका PMS करके पोर्टल है, वहाँ से भी आपको 4 एग्जीबिशन इंडिया के अंदर या इंडिया के बाहर मिलते हैं. So you can fetch 8 exhibitions in a year. It's not good? Yes, of course it's good. Believe me, it's not complicated. एंड देन हम बात करते हैं कंसोर्शियम और टेंडर मार्केटिंग की. कितने लोगों को लगता है जैसे पेस्टिसाइड्स में सर है, उधर इलेक्ट्रिकल सर्विसेज में सर है, तो वो देखते हैं कि यार ये मेरा कॉम्पिटिटर है और मेरा ऐसा बोलना है. मैं हमेशा ऐसा बोलती हूँ कि अगर हम माइक्रो यूनिट की बात करें, छोटे से एंटरप्रेन्योर की बात करें, तो वो हम जलगांव में एक सेशन किए थे. जलगांव में देयर आर सो मेनी बनाना वेफर्स वाला यूनिट, राइट, वेरी स्मॉल टाइनी यूनिट्स. वो देख रहा है उसके पड़ोस में 2 गली छोड़ के एक और एक बनाना वेफर्स का यूनिट है. भाई उसके साथ ही लगा पड़ा है, वो क्या करता है, वो कहाँ जाता है, वो कहाँ मार देता है, वो क्या कर रहा है. तो उसके साथ क्यों कंपटीशन कर रहा है यार? वो तेरे जैसा ही स्ट्रगल कर रहा है मार्केट में स्टैंड करने के लिए. अगर समझो तो उसका और तेरा असली स्ट्रगल है लेस जैसी कंपनी के साथ. उसके जैसा पैकिंग कब कर पाएगा, उसके जैसा डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन मार्केट कब खड़ा करेगा. तो जब तक तू उसकी तरफ एज अ कंपटीटर नहीं देखेगा तब तक तू बड़ा कैसे होगा, तब तक तू खुद के हम बोलेंगे शॉर्टफॉल्स को कैसे अंडरस्टैंड करेगा. हम देखते अपने कॉम्पिटिटर्स की तरफ जो हमारे लेवल का है. मेरा बोलना है वो मेरा कॉम्पिटिटर है कि नहीं वो बात की बात है. मेरा कॉम्पिटिटर कोई और है जिसका प्रोडक्ट ऑलरेडी मार्केट में है और अच्छे लेवल पे सेल कर रहे हैं. तो जब तक तुम उसकी तरफ नहीं देखोगे, तुम्हारा प्रोडक्ट क्वालिटी, तुम्हारा पैकेजिंग, तुम्हारा स्टैंडर्डाइजेशन डेवलप नहीं करोगे. तो अगर उस ऐसे बड़े कॉम्पिटिटर्स की तरफ देख रहे हो और उस तक पहुंचना चाहते हो ना, तो ये छोटे तुम्हारे जैसे सिमिलर सेक्टर के प्लेयर्स को साथ में ले लो, NSIC के पास चले जाओ, सबका रजिस्ट्रेशन कराओ और एक कंसोर्शियम बनाओ, एक ग्रुप बनाओ. यहाँ पे NSIC बोलता है अच्छा तुम 4 आ गए, उनको ग्रुप बनाने के लिए 3 बहुत हो गए. तुम 4 लोग आ गए, 4 लोगों को हो गया, भाई सर हमको नहीं टेंडर भरना है, हमको नहीं बीड करना है, पर ये यहाँ पे ये काम आया है, हमको वो प्रोसेस नहीं करना, हमको वो कंप्लायंसेस नहीं करना है. जस्ट मीट टू NSIC एंड टॉक टू देम. NSIC बीड द टेंडर. NSIC बीड करता है इन सारी चीज़ों को आपके लिए. NSIC काम लेता है. गवर्नमेंट टू पहला गवर्नमेंट में काम मिलना आसान है इंस्टेड ऑफ गवर्नमेंट टू प्राइवेट. NSIC को वो काम आसानी से मिल जाता है. NSIC काम लेता है, 4 टुकड़ों में चॉप करता है ना, आप चारों को दे देता है करने के लिए. आर यू नॉट यूटिलाइजिंग योर फुल प्रोडक्शन कैपेसिटी इफ यू गेट सच टाइप ऑफ टेंडर्स? भाई 1 साल हम काम करेंगे NSIC के साथ, हम समझेंगे क्या कंप्लायंसेस है, कैसी प्रोसेस है, कैसे करना है. जिस दिन हम रेडी हो जाएंगे उस दिन हम खुद बिल्ड करेंगे. उस दिन हम समझ जाएंगे कि कंप्लायंसेस क्या है. हम उस दिन समझ जाएंगे पेमेंट आने को कितना टाइम लगता है. हम उस दिन समझ जाएंगे कि होल्डिंग पावर कितना रखना पड़ेगा. एंड सो दिस इज द प्लेटफॉर्म वेयर वी कैन स्टार्ट विथ. Excuse me. Yes, we are going to. Then पुढचं स्लाइड घेते. एक जस्ट लास्ट स्लाइड अबाउट. अच्छा ठीक है मैम, इट्स ओके. एंड वन मोर थिंग, जैसे यहाँ पे MSME से ज़्यादा करके मैन्युफैक्चरिंग और सर्विस सेक्टर से है, बेसिकली फ्रॉम मैन्युफैक्चरिंग सेक्टर्स. कितने लोगों को ट्रेड्स की प्लेटफॉर्म के बारे में पता है? हाउ मैनी? और ट्रेड्स के प्लेटफॉर्म क्या है वो मैं बताती हूँ. लेकिन अगर आप 200 करोड़ के टर्नओवर को क्रॉस कर जाते हो तो आपके लिए कंपलसरी है ट्रेड्स का प्लेटफॉर्म. लेकिन अगर आप 75 और 100 करोड़ के आसपास हो तो बिलीव मी ट्रेड्स प्लेटफॉर्म इज़ टू गुड फॉर यू. क्योंकि ट्रेड प्लेटफॉर्म्स आपको आपके वेंडर का पेमेंट देने के लिए हेल्प करता है. जिसको वर्किंग कैपिटल का डिफिशियंसी आता है, जिसको हमेशा है कि 45 डेज के अंदर मुझे वेंडर का पेमेंट करना है, गवर्नमेंट का गाइडलाइन आ गया है, वो पेमेंट करना है. भाई कैसे करे इंसान? प्रोडक्शन करे, रॉ मटेरियल में इन्वेस्ट करे, वेंडर को भी तुरंत पेमेंट कर दे. यहाँ पे ट्रेड्स प्लेटफॉर्म पे इफ़ यू रजिस्टर योर सेल्फ, ट्रेड प्लेटफॉर्म्स विल सपोर्ट यू टू गेट दिस फैसिलिटी. वो आपको 98%, 99% आपका पेमेंट आपके वेंडर्स को करवा देता है. और बिलीव मी, इसका जो भी इम्पैक्ट है वो आपके कैश फ्लो पे या आपके बैलेंस शीट पे नहीं दिखता है. दैट इज़ द ब्यूटी ऑफ द ट्रेड्स. शायद ये जो मैं बोल रही हूँ शायद अभी ना समझे कि इसका बैलेंस शीट पे इफेक्ट होने का क्या मतलब है। अगर आप लोन लेते हो, अगर आप वर्किंग कैपिटल लोन लेते हो, टर्म लोन लेते हो, आपके क्रेडिटर्स आपके डेटर्स होल्ड में दिखते हैं, तो इट शोज द इफेक्ट ऑन योर बैलेंस शीट। यहाँ पे ट्रेड्स के साथ जाके फैसिलिटी लेके आपको बैलेंस शीट पे इफेक्ट नहीं दिखेगा। और ये गवर्नमेंट का प्लेटफॉर्म है, ये गवर्नमेंट ने स्पेशली डिजाइन किया है। एंड द लास्ट वन इज डीआरडीओ। डीआरडीओ इज कंटिन्यूसली ऑफरिंग न्यू टेक्नोलॉजीज, न्यू उन लोगों की जो भी टेक्नोलॉजीज उन्होंने डेवलप्ड और इन्वेंट की है वो डीआरडीओ की वेबसाइट पे है। ये टेक्नोलॉजीज इंडियंस के लिए बहुत कम रेट में ईजी और अवेलेबल टू सेल है। हम डीआरडीओ से वो टेक्नोलॉजीज ले सकते हैं। इसका बेस्ट एग्जांपल इंडिया के अंदर है, वो है ई टॉयलेट सिस्टम। वो डीआरडीओ का टेक्नोलॉजी एक लेडी ने लिया और ऑल ओवर वर्ल्ड में इम्प्लीमेंट किया। सो ऐसी टेक्नोलॉजीज के बारे में अगर हमने सोचना है, देखना है कि नया क्या है, तो वो डीआरडीओ की टेक्नोलॉजीज यू विल गेट इट ऑन दिस। एंड द लास्ट वन इज दैट द champions.gov.in, ये वेबसाइट है जो आपको, जो मैंने अभी जितने भी पोर्टल, जितनी भी स्कीम्स है, जो बेनिफिट बताया, इससे भी ज़्यादा चीज़ें आपको इस पोर्टल पे, इस वेबसाइट पे मिलेगी। सो यहाँ पे थैंक यू सो मच फॉर पेशेंस लिसनिंग। आई होप इट वुड बी यूजफुल फॉर यू। अगर किसी के सवाल है तो भी पूछ सकते हैं, पर अगर लेट हो रहा है तो मैम हैव माई नंबर और राइट नाउ वी कैन टॉक। मैम अगर परमिट करें किसी के सवाल हो तो।
If any questions are there, we can take 2 questions only.
We are working as an MSME consultant. We are empaneled by MSME Ministry and Central Ministry and State. और मैं सच में यहाँ पे इस प्लेटफॉर्म की हेल्प लेके रिक्वेस्ट करती हूँ कि अगर किसी का टर्नओवर 75 CR एंड अबव है तो दे कैन कॉन्टैक्ट अस। हम उन लोगों के लिए वेंडर डेवलपमेंट मीट अरेंज कर सकते हैं विच इज़ फुल्ली स्पॉन्सर्ड बाय गवर्नमेंट। आपको कोई पैसे की ज़रूरत नहीं। अगर आप हमको प्रोक्योरमेंट लिस्ट दे दें कि इस डोमेन के आपको वेंडर्स चाहिए, इस स्पेसिफिकेशन, इस क्राइटेरिया के, सो गवर्नमेंट कम अहेड और आप लोगों के लिए वेंडर अरेंज करते हैं। तो वेंडर अरेंज करके क्या होगा, भाई मैडम हम लोग के पास ऑलरेडी सप्लायर्स है, ऑलरेडी वेंडर्स है, बट यहाँ पे आपको कॉस्ट कंपैरिजन का बेनिफिट मिलेगा, आपको नंबर ऑफ प्लेयर्स में बार्गेनिंग का, परचेसिंग का बेनिफिट मिलेगा। इफ यू रियली वुड लाइक टू गो फॉर दैट, वी कैन ऑर्गेनाइज फॉर यू।
मैडम आपने ये जो रॉ मटेरियल परचेज के बारे में बात किया, वी आर मैन्युफैक्चरर and we are buying a lot of raw material, mainly steel and other things, wherein we have to pay direct payment to the main supplier, like steel companies. ये जो assisted है 180 days तक का जो additional आप बात कर रहे हैं,
90 days,
3 months, okay, but इसमें ये जो NSIC की conditions है, it is against bank guarantee, correct?
Yes.
Okay, then how does it help us? Because again for the bank guarantee you have to pay 100% collateral to the bank as an FD.
Absolutely.
And then only it will. तो एक तरफ तो पैसा तो डालना ही है, अवेलेबिलिटी है, इट्स ओके, नहीं है तो क्या करें?
हाँ, बट जैसे सीसी का लिमिट जब क्लोज हो जाता है ना, तो लिमिट क्लोज होने के बाद इवन यू आर रेडी टू मॉर्गेज, बैंक इज नॉट रेडी टू अपग्रेड योर सीसी, है ना, तो एट दैट टाइम यू कैन यूज इट।
The challenge remains the same.
अंडरस्टैंड, वी आर ऑलरेडी टॉकिंग, वी एज एन MSME कंसल्टेंट एम्पैनल्ड बाय, हम लोग ये चीज़ को बोल ही रहे हैं कि बैंक गारंटी का जो अभी उन्होंने बैंक गारंटी रखा है, इंस्टेड ऑफ दैट अगर उनको चाहिए ये तो अभी जो फाइनेंस गारंटी रिमूव करके परफॉर्मेंस गारंटी पे आते हैं तो भी थोड़ा सा आसान हो जाएगा लोगों के लिए, बट स्टिल इट इज इन डिस्कशन मोड। वी ऑलरेडी हैड मेल एंड डिटेल्स टू दिल्ली ऑफिस, बट फिर भी हम लोग अगर इसको थोड़ा भी और आज की कंडीशन में जो भी NSIC का स्कीम है उसको पॉजिटिवली देखें, तो हमको लगता है कि अगर मेरा CC लिमिट क्लोज हो ही गया है और मेरे पास प्रॉपर्टी है, जनरली इसका ज़्यादा करके फ़ायदा कंस्ट्रक्शन वाले लेते हैं क्योंकि उनकी प्रॉपर्टी है ऑलरेडी, दे कीप इट फॉर मॉर्गेज एंड दे कैन टेक बेनिफिट। ऑफ कोर्स योर प्रॉब्लम इज वी अंडरस्टूड। एनीथिंग एल्स? So thank you so much for patience listening. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Are we still awake? Too many sessions today? Okay, let's get your attention to some figures. $133 billion is what India is spending this year on infrastructure alone. $4 trillion is what India is expected to spend in the next 15 years on infrastructure. 20% of that figure goes into metals. That means that there is a $1 trillion opportunity in metals for MSMEs just supplying to the infrastructure, let alone the other sectors.
I am here to throw some light on those opportunities and highlight them across the three metal variants, which is ferrous metals, non-ferrous metals, and the critical battery metals. So this is the ferrous metal outlook for all of you. Today, India's demand is around 165 million tons per annum, and the production is ramping up to about 220 million tons. So India today no longer really needs to import steel or ferrous products for servicing its own country's demand. It's only because maybe China could be cheaper, or a lower cost material may be coming from somewhere through FTAs, etc. But otherwise, India is pretty much self-sufficient today as far as the consumption and the supply of steel goes. Now this today is 165 million. This is going to grow to 450 million tons per annum, which is almost a 3x growth just out of Indian consumption. And the capacity is also ramping up similarly, with the big players being there. The difference between steel and other metals is the presence of big players. It's being dominated by the Tatas and the Jindals and the SRs, etc. So they are able to ramp up capacity quicker and able to see these things coming. And hence, the primary steel, which is the ore to steel conversion, is not really an opportunity which exists for the metals, for the SMEs. However, these are the opportunities that, in spite of the bigger players being there, still exist for the SMEs to enter or to grow in the ferrous metals, which is the downstream processing with the low income housing group policy and the PMAY policy. There's a lot of steel which is going into housing as well in rural India. Now that is an opportunity. There's still a lot of micro rolling mills that can be set up, transmission towers, etc. Industrial components which go into smart grids and marine infra. This is again a niche. This can command good margins and premiums as well. And secondary metallurgy, which is obviously recycling, refining, all of that comes into this. And so these are some of the sectors in which SMEs can still look at growing and building in the steel ferrous sector. Non-ferrous metals, this is where we also as a company specialize in. Now this is where a huge opportunity actually exists. If you look at this, the current demand for the key non-ferrous metals put together is about 6.2 million tons per annum, and only 4.8 million tons is being manufactured in India. So as we speak today, there is a 1.4 million ton per annum deficit, and hence so much of import is happening. So I wouldn't be surprised if there are certain measures being taken on these imports as well very soon, imports are being stopped, or sort of duties are being levied on gold, silver, oil, just to safeguard India from the whole currency situation. This is another sector which may get some kind of focus, but at the same time, this is very core to infra development. So it's going to be a very hard call for the government to play. Hence, MSMEs have a huge advantage here, because government cannot really stop imports here because of the consumption being there. MSMEs can really come in a big way over here and still make it big as a large company over the next 15 years. There is still potential in this space. And those metals are aluminium, copper, zinc, essentially. If we look at the 15-year horizon, this demand is going to again go 3x, which is 18.5 million tons. And in spite of all the expansion which is happening by all the leading players, it's still only going to total up to 14 million tons. So India is going to be a net importer of non-ferrous metals for a long, long time. The SME entry points here: electrification systems, e-mobility. As all of you know, EV is booming, copper, aluminium, all of this goes into that. Renewable structures and advanced surface tech. A lot of steel, a lot of infrastructure development needs to be coated so that it can be preserved. It does not rust, does not corrode. The performance enhances. All of those are again areas where SMEs can develop specialized solutions, specialized products, niche markets. One has to do a lot of homework, find those markets, address them, but these are still good possibilities for somebody to really spot, focus and scale up. Any questions so far? Critical and battery metals, a lot being said about this with EV in focus. This is
another nice, interesting matrix to look at. Today, India has about 4 gigawatt hour kind of energy required generation, which is happening through the EV metals that we have, out of which this is going to grow to 450 gigawatt hours, that is the kind of requirement that India is going to have just from EVs. So this is going to be a 100 or 120x kind of growth. You saw ferrous was growing 3x, non-ferrous is going 3x in 15 years. This is going to grow 100 to 120x. And that is why there is so much focus here. India is a pure importer of these metals, lithium, cobalt, nickel. India does not make any of them in any good amount. And this is the big problem for India, and which a lot of people can come in today and solve. There are also certain policies that the government has, like the rare earth permanent magnet corridor scheme, and many such other policies are there, the battery waste rules, etc. Essentially, a lot of startups, a lot of companies are trying that the e-waste which is being generated from the batteries can be reprocessed within India itself, so that India does not need to import as much as it needs today for this. However, for the next 10 years, this is difficult. But when we really cross the 250 gigawatt hour kind of battery recycling which is going to come in, at that point of time, if we have a good recycling infrastructure, India can get self-sufficient. So today, whoever comes into this play really sets up for 10 years from now. There will be tremendous availability of scrap, tremendous availability of batteries, not only in India, world over, and then they will be able to feed the market well. Any questions on this? How people are focusing on this is hydrometallurgical refining, which is hydrometallurgy is a process which is the typical cathode anode kind of processes come here, electrolysis, etc., by which they are able to capture the lithium, cobalt, and nickel out of the scrap and the other precious metals as well. E-waste mining and downstream magnet. So rare earth corridor is actually focusing on the magnet metals, and there's a lot of scope and potential in this. So this is the broad scope, to cover in 10-15 minutes. Metals is a huge space. Before man knew anything that we know today, we knew metals. So in 15-20 minutes to cover everything is a task. But I've just tried to pack this up in a way that all of us going back can understand some area that we all can look at working on if we're interested in this space. That's what we do at Summit. We are into metal alloys, wires and rods, and we are into manufacturing, and we also supply metals. And I'll be happy to collaborate with anybody interested in the metal space to build a self-reliant India. Thank you.
Good evening, all of you. My topic would be a very contemporary one, and through which we all are going, AI, agentic AI, and I'm trying to justify it. It would be a very generalized version on AI, not to any specific industry. I'm really a drop in the ocean as far as this thing is concerned. It is evolving and we are also learning. So from experience of Symbiosis, SIT Symbiosis especially, some of the things which we have learned, I will try to share that. This is my profile. I am Dr. Vardhan Chaube, working with Symbiosis. I have 25 years of experience, and probably I have seen all the waves of IT, starting from bubble, then convergence, and now this is the third one. We are hit badly by this AI, agentic AI and all that. Currently I am associated with Symbiosis. Just an information for you that Symbiosis this year has started with MBA executive. So if someone is interested, you can think of that. Now, first thing first, why AI now? And what are the opportunities? The first thing is that there are 63 million MSMEs in India. Number two is that these MSMEs can increase their productivity by 3x to 5x if they use or deploy AI properly. Third thing is that many of the tools are freely available. And when to start it? I think you can start it immediately. There is no problem in that. But before getting into this AI, let's clear some confusion about some of the terms. The first one is automation. Automation is something very old. Probably you are aware of email marketing. Maybe 5 years, 10 years back, this was something we were talking about. That a consumer is enrolling on your page, and the moment he is enrolled, you are sending him some messages, bulk mails, maybe MailChimps, many of you might have used. This is the case of automation. And the rule is, it is based on some rule. If X, then Y. If customer is getting registered, then send him a mail. Send him a mail on every third day or evening or something like that. And the second category is AI. If I look at AI, then there are two possibilities there. One is rule-based AI, and second one is generative AI. Right? Rule-based AI, we call it as machine learning. Right? So you are giving some algorithm to the machine, some sequences to the machine, and machine is answering you. Right? So here it is written, simulates intelligent behavior via pattern recognition. Right? For example, chatbot interprets complex queries. Then the next one is machine learning, we are aware of. For example, you are predicting the sales or you are predicting the customer churn. Then next is Gen AI. Since 2022, we are observing this thing. Right? Gen AI, you are giving a prompt and it is giving you the content after that, text-based thing. And then nowadays, everyone is talking about no-code AI. Right? NCLC, many names are given to this. So you need not to be master in coding or Python or some of the languages. You can directly deploy your tools. So this is the area wherein I will talk today, if time permits, because covering AI in 20-25 minutes is very difficult. I am trying to do that. I can show you many things. But before that, let's bust some of the myths. Number one is AI is only for big players. Not like that, sir. AI is not for big players. One tool I mentioned here, like make.com. Now, make.com is a workflow which you can design. Like N8N, there are two very popular workflow or work processes tools which are available. One of it is make.com. It starts from $9 per month and it can automate your workflow. Right? $9 is nothing for an MSME. Then there is another one that is N8N, very popular. But make.com I mentioned here because it is easier to use in comparison to N8N. N8N requires little specialization, not much, but little understanding is required. Then the second myth is that our data is very small, it is very messy, so not a problem for machine. It can easily handle smaller data set also. Then the third one is that you need a data science team to implement AI. Not required again. Another myth, you don't need any team which can write the code for you. No code platforms are doing everything for you. And the last myth is that AI will replace employees. In fact, you are hiring more employees after implementation of AI. Maybe that your employee need to adapt. Then before getting into that, this is a 5-layer AI architecture. Probably all of us are in the layer 1. Layer 3 is the right position to be at, and layer 4 and 5 are at maturity. Let me explain you the first layer, tool layer. You are getting some tools like you are using ChatGPT or you are using some Gemini or say Perplexity or whatever, and you are using it, and that's it for generating some content. But that is not enough. You should move to layer number 2, and this layer number 2 is actually asking you to prepare the data pipeline. Data pipeline means that you are cleaning the data and keeping it ready so that when you are automating the process, it is getting into that. So this is the second layer, data layer. Without this, you cannot properly use AI. Now you can only think of, you are only using tools before that. So tools anyone is using, but if you are really interested in automating the work through AI, then this is the second thing which you need to do, create the data layer, or rather I should say, design a pipeline. Pipeline means cleaning the data and feeding it to the AI. And the third thing is process layer. From here exactly your work start what is now called as workflows. Right? Any of your agentic AI like at N8N or make.com or any of the tool, if you have first two things in place, you can think of third thing, that is process layer. That is workflow. Now here you can exactly automate your processes and you can get what you are thinking of, 3x or 5x of productivity increase. Right? Then fourth and fifth is for maturity. I don't think that smaller organizations are into this, that wherein they can think of governance and cultural layer. Now question here is that why agentic AI? Why AI is not enough? So we are aware of our traditional AI wherein you give a prompt something and prompt is responding to you. But We need to move beyond that. We have to think about agentic AI. Agentic AI as something which will make us do nothing at all. What Elon Musk, I think I have heard in his interview, that after 10-15 years you need not do anything. Everything would be done by AI. Agentic AI is very smart. I have created few agents for my work. So as a professor, if I can use it, then for MSMEs, I am sure that you can definitely use agentic AI for your work. Right? Agentic AI, I don't know how many of you are aware of it. Should I no? One is AI, artificial intelligence, you are aware of. Let's suppose for now we call it as a very simple LLM, any of the LLM. Agentic AI is an agent which is using the power of LLM and also combining it with some tools. For example, say my mailbox is full of say thousands of mails every day, and I'm not interested in getting into all of those mails. What is happening? Why I should go and scroll through the entire page and find out what is happening? What I can do is I can deploy an agent there. Right? You can try this with Claude. I don't know how many of you are using Claude. If you are still using ChatGPT, shift to Claude. My suggestion. Right? Anthropic has given us wonderful thing, Claude. Once you will start using Claude, you will forget about ChatGPT. It is designing the systems for us. For now, nowadays, it is very difficult for me to teach my students. I give them any assignment, and in fact, they are giving me back system, not assignment. So earlier I was surprised that how it is happening. Then somebody decoded me, because it is hardly 3 or 4 months back this has happened. 4 months back, I also started realizing the power of Anthropic and Claude. I asked them to prepare some assignment, and there were some 7-8 algorithms I have given them. That I am giving you the data, deploy this 7 or 8 algorithm on this data, and submit the assignment. What they did is, I asked them to select 1 or 2 algorithms, because you cannot do all 7. This was my perception till 2025, that a student can handle only 1 or 2 of the algorithms. What they did is, they have used Claude, and they have given me all 7 algorithms, 7 or 8 algorithms in the form of tabs. And they told me that, sir, you select any of the tab, you give the data and get the results. Right? So this is what Claude is doing. I was really mesmerized by the power of Claude, and then since then I am using Claude. And now people are also impressed. This is the work of Claude only. I have done nothing. Some of you could understood it. This PPT, I have done nothing in this PPT. This is done by Claude. Right? So agentic AI, what it is doing is, it is using one, any of the LLM. Number 2, this LLM is getting connected with some of the tools. Right? For example, if I want to check my email box, that what is there in my email box, I don't want to read everything. What I can do is, I can connect this LLM with any of the tools, say Gmail. I am connecting my LLM and Gmail with an agent. Now what this agent will do is, it will read all the mails and it will give me the summary of these mails. That these are the important mails in your inbox, and even I can ask it to answer. Lot many things are possible. So agents are something on which I think most of the organizations are working now. Sorry, I cannot go into the detail of this, otherwise, because I am really running out of time, I cannot talk about agentic AI only. So there are few things which I have identified, which may be probably useful for small businesses. Let's see some of them. For marketing, I found these two, Jasper and HubSpot AI. Jasper is one really wonderful. Just go to the site of Jasper and start following the instruction. It will do wonderful job for you. You would be surprised, and your investment would be very low. Then for finance, one is a Dext. Not very good for Indian condition, but what it can do is, it can scan the bills, receipts, and make financial reports for you on the basis of your bills. Dext. Then for HR, this Lena AI is good for onboarding the employees or keeping record of that. Then for sales, there are two I mentioned, AQ and Clay. Then operations, for operations, these two are wonderful. One is NA10, and I already mentioned NA10, and one is Make. These two are wonderful platform for automating any kind of work. Only thing is that you should be able to do that. Right? I would suggest that NA10 is a free platform, so one should go for that. If you download the desktop version, I think most of the things are free. Only thing is that you need to deal with APIs. If you can deal with APIs, then NA10 is wonderful. Then for quality, RoboFlow, don't have the time, otherwise I would have shown you this RoboFlow, a wonderful tool. Right? Even if suppose I take a picture here of this entire hall and I give this as the input to RoboFlow, it will count that number of people sitting here, number of tables here, number of bottles here. It is so precise. This is one example I am giving you, but it is very good for industry and it is free. Now, for computer vision, this RoboFlow is wonderful. Right? So you can try with this RoboFlow, it is free of cost. And then for customer service, there is voice flow. I'll talk about it later. Domain specific, no. For content creation, first one. For content creation and writing tools, the free one I mentioned at the top, ChatGPT, Gemini and Copilot. They are free, you are aware of. And then there are some paid versions. For example, ChatGPT Plus. If you want more out of ChatGPT, in $20, if you convert it, $20 is hardly 2,000 rupees. I don't think it is very costly. It can replace many people who are getting involved into generating the content. Then next is Right Sonic. Notion AI I like very much. Notion AI, it is there is a difference in ChatGPT and Notion AI, though they are doing the same job. With the ChatGPT, the problem is that if you want to generate some kind of content, every time you have to give some kind of input to it. You have to paste the files there. But when it comes to Notion AI, Notion is a workplace, and inside that there is Notion AI. So it can easily read your files. Once it will read the files, it can generate the answers for you. You need not to paste the things every time. Only thing is that you have to populate the workplace itself, Notion. Then Jasper, I already mentioned, one should go and see Jasper once. It is very good for marketing. Then there are some design and visual tools. Canva we all are aware of. MS Designer, Adobe Express. Then Canva, if you are using the subscribed version, Canva Pro, this is really wonderful and it will cost you hardly $13. And the kind of content it will generate for you, no digital marketing agency can do. I don't know how long those digital marketing companies or agencies will exist, because everything is happening now. Right? And in $13 they are doing this, $13 per user. For small business, one user is more than enough. Why you need so many for generating the content? $13 per month is nothing. Then there's another Adobe Firefly. If you are concerned about legality of the content, that my content should be legal, then at that point of time, instead of using Canva, you can try with Adobe Firefly. Right? It is trained in such a way that it will take care of legalities also. So your designs or whatever you are creating, it won't get into any kind of legal trap. Then Delhi, you must be aware of. The next is some other marketing and sales tools, HubSpot AI, HubSpot and then MailChimp. These are very old tools, and now they are coming up with AI also. HubSpot, it is good for your CRM. Then Shopify, if in case, I don't know, means for small business, if you are going for the Shopify online store, then this Shopify Magic can help you there. Just for again, I'm talking about this. Then next is customer service. If you are interested in getting bots for your to serve your customer, you can get bots also. The top 3 are again free. These are the 3 free bots which you can get to serve your customer, starting from TDO, ManyChat, Chatbase and Crisp. These are free bots in the sense that you have to train these bots, and whatever you will train, it will answer that only. And the moment the customer is asking some other question, it will say, sorry, I am not aware of. That kind of response it gives. I don't know this. Right? So these are the basic versions, top 3. And then the other 3, then this intercom fin is bit advanced, and the best one here is, I think, this voice flow. This intercom fin and voice flow, they get trained over the period of time, and then when you are interacting with them, you will hardly be able to understand that whether it is human or it is a computer which is responding to you. They get trained with the data. So the free versions are top 3 and the advanced version are given at the bottom. So voice flow is my choice here, but you have to look for the price of this. And then for video audio content, video editing, another job. Maybe before 2022 it was a very difficult task. Now so many YouTubers, so many content creators, so editing the video audio was a big task in itself. But now, I don't think that even this will remain. On the basis of prompt itself, you can edit the video. Right? So many examples I've given. Free are three. You can try these three. CapCut free, DaVinci Resolve, a classic one, DaVinci Resolve, and then Audacity free. These three will help you in editing your video, and this Audacity free, it can even help you in removing the noise from the background. Once you have to train these three different tools. Right? So you can try with these tools also for generating the audio and video content. We have time? 5 minutes. And then again, as usual, at the bottom I have given you the paid versions. They are definitely much superior than your freer version. Then for production and quality, one I already mentioned you, RoboFlow. It is a kind of computer vision. It will visualize the things and it will give you a very correct interpretation. Then the second one is, if you are interested in this predictive maintenance, you can even try this Amazon Web Service, AWS. It charges you around 1500 to 3000 per sensor, but it is wonderful in predictive maintenance. Right, so you can even try with this AWS. Then next is documentation and inventory. One is ChatGPT Plus, I already mentioned. Then for your material planning, inventory and production planning, you can try with this Katana MRP, and it charges this very costly because it is somewhere around 15,000 to 25,000 per month, but it tracks material very well. So if that is the need, you can think of this also. And this is the summary of all this. And if you are very new to this, then this is a small roadmap for you. This is how you can progress for adopting the AI in your organization. Start with ChatGPT free, probably all of us are doing that. Then Zapier or Make.com or N8N, any of this platform you can use. They are very friendly. Then you can start with your any of the chatbot using TDO or Chatbase. Again, it is free. And then lastly, once you are comfortable with that, then you can think of scaling up. But what other tools I can use? So this is the summary of what I talked today. That AI is accessible to MSME today, free TS available, agentic AI can automate the business. Competitive advantages come from redesigning the process. Layer 3 means my layer 1 and 2 should be absolute, then only I can think of using AI properly. Then 78% of MSCs using AI actually add more people and start with one function, and then probably you'll automatically get a roadmap that how I can progress further in this particular domain. So that's all from my side. Thank you very much.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for this session, which has been opportunity given by SME Chambers Sakshi Madam and Aima, and thank you for all your patient listening. I would like you have been there for last so many sessions, which has covered the gamut of all the industry areas which an SME requires. And this is here's a new topic, but I will try to take less time and try to do justice, because this is upcoming. I would say not upcoming now, because it's more contemporary now, because it is a need of the hour. Sustainability is very much a need of hour. So just to brief about myself, I am Dr. Prasanna Dillu. I just superannuated from Tata Motors R&D. I served there for around 20 years. Started my career with Mahindra, moved on to techno-commercial functions. I am cost accountant also. And recently, after doing my thesis from BITS Pilani in sustainability of decarbonized solutions for the automotive industry, I am trying to pitch in as a pro bono in most of the cases for trying to train up people or mentor students so that they get aware what are the opportunities which could come in, and this is a type of session I would like to engage with the SMEs, because that is going to affect them also shortly. Good evening everyone, and I would just take this forward. So if you take the current industry status or the focus, we are all industries, even including and mainly SMEs, are production and delivery focus. They need operational efficiency because they have cut through competition. They are more into cost reduction because every OEM or every big company is wanting that, and sustenance is also important. They are quite energy intensive today, and they are all bogged down with statutory compliances. You know, everyone goes through that.
day in day out. But then we cannot just neglect what are the new industry challenges which are coming up. This is the reality now. We have climate change to deal with. We have carbon regulations which are coming up strongly, though they are not for the SMEs, but they will gradually come. They will gradually come. What is ESG investing? Because that is a new topic which is shaping up. There are supply chain pressures which are not going to be only local, but it will be global now. I will come to that when we come to CBAM. And we have digital transformation, which is going to be the way of life. Everyone is talking about that. ERP is there, AI is there. So how we deal with all this together? If you take the Nashik Industries scenario, I mean, it is characterized by core strength areas like automotive, we have got engineering companies, we have got electrical switchgear companies, we have got some established pharma companies, we have to food processing exports. And all these are going to have emerging risks. The energy costs are rising by the day. If you have seen that we have got a FTA with European Union recently, and some of the sectors are directly affected by that, 6 sectors, I will come to that later. And maybe the suppliers of those 6 sectors will also be affected gradually. Again, I will explain that. Then the OEM supply requirements, is it going to cascade down to the MSMEs gradually? We are going to have ESG audits. We will also understand what that could be. And this is going to definitely affect our export competitiveness. But that doesn't mean the problems will also have their solutions. Because if you have to take the problem, then you can find a solution also. So there are different opportunities to overcome this. We know about green manufacturing. Already people are adopting that in some way or the other. We have renewable energy, which has been the forefront of government initiatives, and many people are already adopting right from the household, solars or renewable energy plants or energy efficient lightings. But the global supply chains are most coming up to our door because of the CBAM and EU FTAs and other things. And this has led to something called as ESG financing. So what is ESG? That is a buzzword today, or it is really what does it mean? So these are the key areas. If you take the words environmental risk and impact. So E is about environmental, and we are talking about key areas here. That is the greenhouse gas emissions. Now these are classified into 3: scope 1, scope 2, scope 3. I will explain that. Then we talked about energy efficiency and renewable energy adoption. We are talking about water conservation, how much water we draw, how much we discharge, how much we conserve. Then circular economy, how we are going to avoid waste and reduce, recycle, reuse. We have the biodiversity impact, we have climate risk. In social relationship, we have health and safety, diversity, more and more participation of female and ladies in our organizations. Human rights in the supply chain management, community engagement, the CSR activities, and mainly the customer data protection, which is very critical today. The governance and ethics is getting stronger by the day. We have got board independence. Government is mandating independent directors percentage in private limited companies also, and audit and risk. There are ESG links coming up at top level for executive payments. Anti-corruption policies are growing by the day. Whistleblower cases have to be resolved, and ESG link KPIs are coming, and they will get cascaded slowly to MSMEs also. So, as I told, I will try to talk about what is the scope 1, scope 2, scope 3. So it is very simple actually, not very difficult of a jargon, but let us understand. So scope 1 is actually what you burn, simple. If you in your plant you are using some fuel like a diesel generator, or even if you are using petrol for your vehicles which are in the company itself, or you are in a process industry where there are chemical reactions in manufacturing and some fluidity leaks like refrigerant. So these are all what you are burning. So this is simple, that is scope 1, so it is direct. Now if you take scope 2, it is indirect, means what you are going to buy. You buy electricity from MSCV, or you purchase heating for your buildings, maybe not in India, but you have cooling, so AC cooling chambers, cooling towers, sometimes outsourced. You purchase gases, like hydrogen is gradually being more and more used for industrial applications, so that is scope 2, so that is indirect, so what you buy. And the third most important thing is value chain, what you influence. So in this, there is a gamut of upstream and downstream agencies. So right from suppliers who are supplying products to OEMs, and material that they are using, and the emissions that are happening through that. All you can, even the OEMs are selling the products, vehicles which are used to transport the products, the end use of those products, or even if automobiles, I would say, the logistics which are there. So scope 3 is very vast, and the unfortunate part is scope 3 is the most challenging because it contributes 70 to 90% of the GHG emissions which are produced. And herein the MSCBs get definitely influenced because they are catered to some or OEM or some big industries. So how the carbon accounting methodology comes to? So that is also not very difficult. So basically you have to first identify the sources of your energy. Like I explained, you have got a diesel generator, or you have to purchase electricity, or you have got logistics. Then you just measure that, collect how much of liters of diesel, how much of kilowatt of electricity you have consumed, or tons of steel you have purchased. And then there is the emission, you calculate the active data into emission factor. So if you are, for every type of category, there is a CO2 equivalent, and that is defined by in different standards. So you just multiply that, and then you get converted CO2 into equivalent by multiplying with GWF multiplier. These are all standardized, and this database is available for that, and you aggregate and report. So the most important takeaway is here, if you, now carbon, which we were taught when we were in our schools, is a part of periodic table. Unfortunately, now it is going to be a financial variable. So you have to measure carbon, and if you cannot measure carbon, then you cannot control carbon. So you cannot manage it also. So this is very important takeaway here. So the Mool mantra for this, I would say, is MRV. So measure, report and verify. So it is the foundation of all carbon accounting and ESG metrics. So without MRV, your carbon data will not be standing any credibility. Your ESG disclosure will not stand. Your export risk under CBAM, which I am going to explain, will increase. But if you do follow these simple steps, I think everything will fall in place. So basically, I just explained, you measure the electricity, you have measure what diesel you consume, or how many production units are manufacturing, and then you have to disclose it. So disclosure is becoming a part of our Indian economy. SEBI has already mandated the 1,000 top listed companies have to furnish a BRSR compliance report, which is called Business Responsibility and Sustainability Report, and there are 9 principles, and the 6th of that is related to environment, which is directly related to what I am talking, and the CBAM filings, which I will come to later, CDP reports. So not only that, when you have done this reporting, it has to be verified by independent auditors. You can start with your internal audit, but then you have to go to third party assurance for accredited agencies like Bureau Veritas, TUV, KBS. So this MRV will help you convert sustainability into measurable, auditable and business relevant data. So today we may have to start with, but gradually it will definitely create a big momentum tomorrow. So as I was explaining, the India's sustainability and regulatory framework is growing by the day. I had explained BSR is semi-mandatory because it is only mandatory to be for 1,000 listed companies. But those listed companies are dealing with their suppliers, so indirectly those will get affected. And this is not all. In from 2022, where it was only 100, they have jumped to 1,000 in 2025. So I will not be surprised by 2030 when we are talking about our net zero journey's first milestone. They will bring into other MSMEs or also into gamut. So ESG reporting will have to be understood right from today so that we are ready tomorrow. But there are some good advantages, like there are PAT schemes where you perform achieve trade. So this is for energy intensive steel plants or cement plants, where they are given some 3 years target, and then they are measured, and then they get energy saving certificate, which they can trade with other companies who have not met the targets. Or there are carbon credit schemes, which some people are aware, but there was no formal agency. But from 2024, CCTS has come into play, where you can actually go register and you can trade your carbon credits. And the green credit program, where they're incentivizing all environmental related measures. So government is doing these initiatives to convert India, to help India's transition to low carbon and a resilient economy. So India's sustainable economy is transforming environmental responsibility from a compliance requirement into a driver of competitiveness, reliance and strong long-term value realization. So this is a very important change coming in the regulatory landscape. Now, can you do it manually? Yes, you can, but it is so complex going by the day, and this is something new also. So there are so many companies we have come out with software, and mind you, these are all AI enabled. I just listed a few, which are being used by many companies all around the world, like Samsung Lite, which is from Sam Corporate Dubai, and it actually helps for BSR scopes 1 to 3. It gives live dashboards, initiative you can customize your dashboards, and adaptability by MSMEs is very high. Second is Greenleaf from France. Again, SMEs who are starting their journey, you can check the cost of that, but it gives very automated carbon footprinting. So again, adaptability high. IBM has taken over NZD from Australia, and it is for mid-large enterprises. Only thing is, here being it is an IBM company, so you may not have the customization facility, so adaptability very low. But there are two very prominent Indian companies. One is Bharat Carbon, which is from Pune, and I've seen their demo. It's very user friendly, it's very enabled, and it is highly customizable, and it's quite cost effective also. Second is Clean Carbon. Again, this has been used by prominent companies in India, mainly made for CBAM exporters, but gradually they are bringing it down to the suppliers also. But it is still little bulky. So, and one important tool you can start with, a free software has been developed by IIM Bangalore, just to get a feel of what it is, and you can then gradually train yourself into this ESG metrics. So software with this AI enabled tools can give MSME tomorrow how to measure emissions, simplify the ESG reporting, meet the BSR/SR compliance when it comes mandatory, or to help your OEMs do that. It will reduce your carbon risk and definitely enhance your global competitiveness for tomorrow. So coming to the more important part, which is called CBAM, or it is called Carbon Border Adjustment Mechanism. So CBAM in a different language, we can call it as a carbon custom duty, which has been levied by us by European Union. So why? Because we have been exporting to Europe, but currently, fortunately, there are only 6 or 7 sectors which they have covered and mandatory. One is very high energy intensive commodity sectors, I would say. Iron and steel, aluminium, cement, fertilizers, electricity, hydrogen. But these are going to expand over the time. So in this, the mechanism like this, earlier there was no restriction on exports to these countries, but now there has been mandate that importer of that country from Europe has to get carbon emission certificate from the local exporter, that is from India, if it's from India, and it is his responsibility there that he has to furnish that, otherwise he will have to buy CBAM certificates, that is a penalty for them. So if we are not able to comply with this requirement of the EU importer, then we will also face loss of business. So that is an indirect penalty for us. So why this happened actually? Why they had to do it? So basically, if you see, there are 3 key reasons. One is there is a net zero commitment worldwide. India has also committed that we want to be net zero by 2070. That has cascaded down to many companies like Tata Group has showed that we want to be net zero by 2045. They are giving an example. Many other companies are committed. Similarly, Europe has 2050, China has 2060. So all are racing towards that. And carbon pricing is expanding globally. I told you carbon is not an element, it is a financial variable now. Very much traded now. Carbon credits are very much traded. And it all trading linked to the climate policy. So these were to attack 3 things. One was carbon leakage. See, when they shifted production to India, developing countries like India or China, where there are not strong regulations regarding carbon compliance, then it undermines climate goals. There are counterparts in Europe who are vendors to them, but they were complying with the European regulations, and they were paying more cost for these regulations because they had to invest a lot of that, and so they were trying to have a level playing field all across now, because then you are not exempted anymore. You have to pay for the carbon which you are generating. And global decarbonization. So they want cleaner production methods all across the globe, and that is one of the reasons why this has come into play. So for industry, carbon transparency is not just compliance, but it will be their what you say passport or visa tomorrow for global competitiveness. I just will give a small example. It is a fictitious example, but how do you calculate and how do you use something called at marginal abatement cost? That is called MAC. So basically, start with baseline emissions, which we told that you just measure those what you have electricity or diesel. Then you have your abatement measures. That is how you avoid that thing, like LED lighting in your shops. You can have solar rooftop because PV solar is getting subsidy. High efficiency compressors, or you use biodegradable materials in your consumables packing, and then you have some formula which is guiding you. So I will not go into deep into that. So ultimately you calculate something called a MAC. A negative MAC is actually good thing in this case, and the more negative it is, the more better it is, because then it is a low hanging fruit. So if you see LED is giving minus 3000 MAC, so it is ranked the one, you just implement it. Anything which is having a negative MAC is good. So if it is 0, then you can think over it, or if it is positive, then you can have a strategic investment if you want. And how MAC and CBAM are linked. So this is one interesting area. Just again give an example that emission intensity for a component manufacturer for a steel producer could be 2 ton CO2, and the EU carbon price, if they have set, is at euro 80, and the CBAM cost is 160. So what do? You implement all those measures like energy efficiency, green electricity, and hydrogen power plant. So the simple thing is for decision making here is decision rule is simple. If the marginal laboratory cost is less than the CBAM price, so if your marginal laboratory cost is 30, 55, 120, which is less than the CBAM price, that is 160, then you reduce emissions internally. But if your marginal abatement cost, but the measure you are going to take for in your plant is greater than the CBAM price, then it is better to pay the CBAM. That's more practical. So these are some simple things. So the tactical implication is reduce emissions until your MAC is equal to CBAM, and strategic implementation, CBAM converts MAC analysis into real trade decisions. So this is a very effective and powerful tool for you. So what are the future roadmaps for a future industry ready for everyone, including MSMEs? So one thing is digitalization. I think most of the things are covered in today's talk. We have got all digitalization right from ERP and finances and AI-enabled tools. I am talking about decarbonization, where we want more energy efficiency in the plants. You adopt renewable energy, you reduce your carbon footprints, you go for circular economy, reduce your waste, reuse. So materials planning is going to help you there. Resilient supply chain, you have supply collaboration. Just we talked about someone of the industry club. I mean, he was talking about the same thing. Try to come together and reduce and help more utilization. This will help your risk, reduce your risk management, and local and sustainable sourcing will be also help. And then ESG governance, which is going to be the crux of tomorrow's story. So future ready industries create sustainable competitive advantage by integrating all these things which I have talked, and that is what it is going to be. So just running through the key takeaways. So future industry competitive will depend on energy efficiency, your carbon data transparency, your digital transformation, which we all have been talking about today, supply chain resilience, which is has to be there, and finally ESG governance. So carbon accounting is a new business variable. It's a financial variable now. It will impact your costs, it will impact your investments, it will impact your market access, of course it will impact your brand value. Global trade is changing, and mechanisms like CBAM increasingly influence export competitiveness, supply selection, and customer decisions. So the customer sitting there, if they want from you, first show your CBAM compliance. The key takeaways are carbon data will be critical driver, and industries must build any data systems, adopt carbon accounting, comply with ESG reporting, and finally, sustainability creates new opportunities due to it will lower the cost. It will give better financing opportunities to you, it will build your customer trust and build long-term resilience. So the future belongs to industries who are going to integrate all these things, and we have to be ready for that. And the best part is today is the World Environment Day. I think it is one of the best auspicious day when I am presenting this topic. And thank you MSME and MSME because we are inspired by nature and for climate for our future. I think we have to adapt sustainability. Thank you very much.